Good morning, Jimmy. Congratulations on Nvidia 400%. God bless. God bless. Good morning, brother. May God bless you and all your members and followers and your families, health and economy. In the name of Jesus, amen, amen. God bless you too. God bless everybody, guys. Smash that like button. Absolutely, guys. Let's get the likes up. The goal is 100 likes. We'll be eligible for a giveaway within that first hour. That first hour is critical. That really gives us momentum, okay, into the day. So if we can get 100 likes by the first hour, we'll be on pace. We'll be on pace for 200. We're still looking for that 200 like day, that elusive 200, but eventually it will come to us, okay? As far as the index are concerned, again, we did make an all-time high on the Qs, all-time high on the Qs, struggling with that PMH. Individual names, who's ripping and running? Okay, Apple out of here, trying to push above PMH. Amazon, new all-time highs on Amazon. Congratulations, Amazon. Tesla, nice push on Tesla. Tesla PMH retest, weekly upside breaker retest. Broadcom, nice little push, struggling at that PMH as well. Google, nice break above that PMH. Meta, sliding below that PML. Again, a lot of those crypto names are starting to run, guys. A lot of those crypto names are starting to run, so keep that in mind. This is actually the weekly open. This is actually the weekly open, not the monthly open. Monthly open came in on Friday. So this is the weekly open. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. NYWO. NYWO. Does anyone have the monthly open on the chart? Artem, can you share your monthly open if you're in the chat? I know you track the monthly open. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. MU calls from yesterday closed 100%. Beautiful job, beautiful job. Santos. Good morning, Hussein. Good morning, Elian. Gap update, always with the gap updates. Thank you. So the May open, I forgot to mark it on Friday, 7/21/25, guys. Okay. So don't confuse yesterday's open with that monthly open. Yesterday's open is a weekly open. The monthly open is actually 7/25. Thank you for the update. And that's going to be very important to us. Okay, that's going to be very important to us because that tells us where we are on the monthly. If we're positive, if we're negative, at the same time, it presents some opportunities. So a break above that daily upside breaker, 7/22/12 is that daily upside breaker, guys. If we can get that nice push above it, okay, above PMH. We know what that means. We need the Qs to continue to push as well. Qs are trying to hold above PMH. Again, keep that in mind, guys. We do have a red folder candles coming up. So far, 3 of the 4 indexes are in the green. The Dow is really dragging us back. The Dow is rejecting off that 491.67. IW continues to push. IW, new all-time highs on IW. IWM new all-time highs, small caps new all-time highs, and of course we did see the Qs make all-time highs as well. All right, so very, very interesting times, guys. Multiple all-time highs. The summer grind. This is playing out to a T to what took place last year. I mean, talk about seasonality, but it's playing out to a T. All right, it's not exactly the same, but it rhymes. All right, it's not exactly the same, but it rhymes. It's the same kind of sentiment. It's the same kind of overall situation playing out. Okay, can we get a hold above that PMH team? Hold above that PMH. We just need IW to hold that VWAP. That can give us a nice little push. Hold above PMH and that daily upside breaker. There's only available to the ones who are looking to trade before 10 o'clock. If you're trading after 10 o'clock, that's not up for grabs. Good morning, Mort. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Terry. Good morning, BT 63. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Poll question for today. Very, very simple, very straightforward. All right. First time viewer, yes or no? I want to get a good feel of our first time viewers. Bitcoin already moving up. Yeah, Bitcoin wants to crack that 80. Nice. Once it cracked that 80, second time, it's starting to push. Okay, let's see if we can hold above this level, guys. If you take the break, you're a break trader, that's fine. If you're a retest trader, wait for the retest. Right, I identify, I'll say 70%, 65% of the time, I'm a retest guy. Okay, retest type of trader. I like how the Qs, I like how the Dows are getting back above 491.67. See if you can get back above it. The Qs guys are out of here. Qs are out of here. Walmart, out of here. Okay, Walmart said good morning and just took off. Walmart above PMH. Okay, Apple, out of here. Apple 277.73 retest. Keep an eye on that. Meta fell off a cliff. Google is trying to push. Tesla, out of here. Tesla is ripping and roaring. Tesla retested 397.75. Okay, 397.75 territory. Keep a close eye on that. If you're a retest trader off the open, pay attention to those areas. Shockwave, some early candidates are going to be Walmart, Apple, possibly Tesla, especially Walmart and Apple, because bigger picture intraday time frame, they are at some critical levels, some balance areas, and they're getting some fuel off those levels, and that's really giving us that push they need to continue to push higher. Google is above that daily upside breaker. Google on the verge of making all-time highs at 384.50. All-time highs on Google. All-time highs on Google, guys. All-time highs on Google. Apple and Walmart look interesting. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Apple is flying 100%. Beautiful job, David, catching Tesla. Were those swings or just this morning, quick scalp? Yeah, Tesla's a mover, especially the first 5 minutes, guys. These individual, the mega cap names, they're movers. So you really have to know what you're doing during the first 5 minutes. All right. Google 384.18 retest. 384.18 retest. SPY 722.12, 721.96, very shallow retest. 5 minute price action. Walmart, slight little fade on Walmart. See if Apple can hold above 279, 279.15. I do like how Apple looks on the hourly and the 15 as well. Bigger picture intraday chart. Okay, we can see here, can SPY hold above this level? Can SPY hold above this level? If it can, okay, runway unlocked. Runway unlocked. We'll give it that nice little 15-minute candle, how that ends up closing. Full body close, that'd be great. If we get a wick, okay, you know that's a PMH, possibly a PMH grab. If we close back below that 721.96 by the end of that 15-minute candle. All right, 15-minute candle, still have 7 minutes left. Okay, that initial 1 minute retest, that's 722.12, and that PMH. Let's see how that plays out. So far, no position, guys, no position, just in observation mode. I'm just seeing how prices interact with certain levels with respect to certain zones. All right. What's really dragging SPY back, guys, is the Dow. The Dow is not cooperating. The Dow is not cooperating. Google is out of here. Google is also a candidate. Google is also a candidate. So the early candidates for Shockwave, Apple, Google, Microsoft dumping, Meta dumping as well. If Meta falls below 608.39, okay, that's 605.58. Can be quickly approaching. All right. So again, we have a catalyst at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we have a catalyst, guys. 10 o'clock, we do have a catalyst, so be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Let's get the likes up. We have 120 plus people joining us this morning. Let us know where you're joining from, guys. Let's get the likes up. Our goal for today is to get as close as possible to 5,100 subs. 5,100 subs. Let's see if we can get as close as possible to 6K subs by the end of the month. That'll be a goal. And we're going to need your support to get there. So make sure to share, make sure to like, and make sure to subscribe. Bitcoin, yep. Bitcoin above 80K. Out of here. Look at the Qs, guys. Qs continue to push. SPY still deciding. All right, SPY is still testing that area, so it's not in the clear. But the only issue is, look at the Dow, guys. The Dow is dragging it. So if the Dow can bounce off 490.33, 50 MA in that key level there, 490.33, that might give SPY what it needs. But if it breaks below 490.33, okay, we just need a more magnified move on the Qs. All right. So if we can hold above this level, that can give us a chance to break above that, and that opens up that runway into the push into ATH. IW already made a push into ATH. Let's see by the end of this 15-minute candle if IW can close above 280.79. 280.79 will be critical on IW. Can he get a close above it? That'd be great, rather than just a nice little tap, wick, and a push back lower. Inside candle on the 5. See if that retest zone holds up. Okay, 5 minutes away from Shockwave. 5 minutes away. Let me pull up something here real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Morning, Jose. Morning. As you're coming in, guys, get into the habit of hitting the like button. All right, so most of you that are tuning in, okay, according to the poll, most of you that are tuning in, 83% of the people that are tuning in are returning viewers. Okay, so if you're a returning viewer, make sure to do your part and hit the like button, okay? So we can't put the burden on the brand new viewers, or they're still just popping in. Okay, so nice little retest, okay? If you took that retest, manage accordingly. If you're waiting for something else, continue to wait. For this retest to get into the highs of the day, 722.48, the Qs need to hold and make new all-time highs. And the Dow needs to hold, again, that 480, 490, give that 490 at 33, and that PML. No break below that, okay? Anyone take that retest? Keys on retest. If you did, good. Apple is just... So Apple is a candidate. Shockwave candidates, guys, are Apple, Tesla. Okay, so Apple for calls, Tesla for calls, Google for calls, possibly Meta for puts. All right, so make sure to pay attention to those names. A couple of minutes left. As Tesla soars, let's see where Tesla is in the bigger picture. Okay, look at Tesla. So Tesla has some room. Okay, Tesla has some room. Tesla has some room. I closed the wrong one. Tesla has some room. Only does that when I do it on SPY. Okay. Tesla above that 400. That 400 hold is critical. The Dow needs to get its act together, and Microsoft. So for the puts, keep a close eye on Microsoft. Keep a close eye on Meta. All right, do your due diligence. All right. For the calls, for Shockwave, Google, keep a close eye on Google. Keep a close eye on Tesla, and Apple's starting to pull back slightly. So Google does look strong here as well. Okay, let me just clean up the chart a little bit. SPY calls, beautiful job on that bounce, David. Beautiful. I find myself with fondness for Nvidia. Hopefully, it makes a nice move today. Yeah, Nvidia, it's a nice name to trade. Look at Microsoft, guys. Microsoft is headed towards that daily downside breaker. So Microsoft to the puts, all right, via Shockwave can come into play. We're unable to hold that retest area. Look at the Dow. The Dow broke that level we said we wanted to break. And now if the Qs show a little bit of weakness, that could start to drag us lower. Shockwave hour is upon us. Okay. Google has a lot of strength here. Google, Tesla, even Broadcom. Then we keep a close eye on Tesla here. Because when Tesla starts to move, it can really start to move. Tesla is a mover. Above that daily upside breaker. Above all those critical levels. Google also is a good candidate. Tesla. Contracts are a little pricey, guys. I just know that. Okay, Tesla, Shockwave, keeping a close eye on it. Google, keep a close eye on it via Shockwave. SPY not doing much. SPY, Shockwave above 422.48. Nvidia, Shockwave above PMH. That Shockwave aligns with that PMH. Google via Shockwave starting to go. That's into all-time highs, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay, Q is starting to go above Shockwave. All right, again, that's an all-time high. That's into all-time highs. So when you're taking those Shockwave into all-time highs, just know price has no prior history in that area. Price has no prior history in that area. Okay, see SPY can break above that high, 422.48. Keep a close eye there. So you get that hold. So you get that hold. Okay, let's see if SPY can hold above that. That calls on the Qs at all-time highs. We just need the Dow, guys, the Dow to no close below PML. If the Dow can get no close below PML, we'll be in good shape. Broadcom going. Nvidia starting to go. Nvidia starting to go via Shockwave. Okay, so my waivers, keep a close eye. Keep a close eye on those names. SPY is also brewing. Okay, SPY also brewing. I want to see a nice hold above that level. There goes Nvidia. Scale out on Broadcom. Okay, no entry signal yet. Send alert on Tesla. Okay. SPY looking at the 723s. Come back just a little bit for SPY. Come back just a little bit. SPY very elusive there. If you caught SPY, good. Okay, let's see if SPY can set back up. If you can get a wick there on SPY, I'll take the 723 calls. Wick back. Reclaim some of that territory. I want that candle to get flipped. If we get back above that level, I'll take SPY to the upside. Okay. Get back above this level, take SPY to the upside. If it gets back below this area, all right, we'll wait for something else. IW, the elusive IW. Okay, see if we can get a nice little push here. Nice little push. We're seeing the Q starting to pull back. Look at the Dow now, guys. The Dow's starting to wake up. The Dow's starting to wake up. So we don't want the Qs to fade too much. We don't want the Qs to fade too much. Okay, so let's see. If we can get back above this level, get back above it, I'll be there. No horse in the race at the moment. A nice slide on Meta for the puts. Nice slide on Meta for the puts. Nvidia, nothing there. Tesla, nothing there. Tesla's going back for a retest. For that 397.83 territory, 85 territory. Okay, so I'm looking at the 723 calls on SPY. If we can get it back above that green box. Okay. Okay, I'll take it right there. Could have waited for that nice little break, but I will take it right there. So I'm in the SPY calls here. Risk is down here. No close below here. No close below there on SPY. Down 5. Keep in mind, 10 o'clock is coming up. Down 7. Okay, I'll cut it right there. So stopped out on SPY, 9%. Could have just gave it a little moment to wait, but I liked it there. So stopped out of SPY, 9%. So first trade on SPY stopped out. Quick stop out. Quick stop out on SPY. I think someone's mic is on. Give me 1 second. I wanted to see if I can get a push back above. Push back above that level. Couldn't get that push. My risk is there. Stop out. So 9% stop. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shenanigans. All right. Okay, with that shenanigans, who's starting to push? Meta's still breaking down there. Meta still breaking down. ExxonMobil looking to push higher as well. Keep a close eye via Shockwave. See, nice little push. So even a lot of times when you see a trade like this, after you get stopped out, it says, hey, if I stayed in a little bit, it would have worked out. In theory, the honest truth is that that's not classified as a setup because, look, because you already got stopped out. Unless you wait for the reclaim. That would be a different setup. Okay, because it's beyond the risk here. All right, so it's beyond the risk there. So unless you're taking something else, like some sort of reclaim, then that'd be good. But if we can get a nice one more if we can get a retest of this area, I'll be there. If we get a retest of this territory there, I'll be there. Apple is starting to fuel up. Apple is starting to fuel up as we start to push. Apple, keep a close eye above 279.93. That's how it's got to be, Lambish. So that reclaim gives you that scale out. Nvidia, we'll keep a close eye on Nvidia. Nvidia's trying to brew here. Nvidia's right at that PMH as well. So see if Nvidia can hold. That reclaim entry was nice. So I have to wait for that retest. And now, guess what? It's getting very close to 10 o'clock. All right, so very close to 10 o'clock. So I'll probably just wait until after 10 o'clock. Unless something so appealing comes up, I'll probably just wait until after 10 o'clock. A lot of whipsaw action. Nvidia does look appealing. So on SPY, I'll wait until after 10 o'clock. Nvidia does look appealing here. See if we can get a nice little push, downward compression break. Qs continue to push. This time around, we're seeing the Dow join the party. We're seeing the Dow find some support off that level, that PML. Nvidia, these are the May 6 contracts. These are the May 6 contracts. That's what everyone sees, right? But I want to get that entry model. Keeping a close eye on Nvidia, 200s. Nvidia 200s. If we can break and hold above that PMH, that coincides with that Shockwave level. Want to see a decisive break. So stopped out here. First trade. No break on Nvidia. IW, okay, IW, the elusive IW. All right, I'll be there for you today. Matter of fact, I'm going to send an alert on IW. I'm going to send an alert on IW. Nvidia, we'll go back to SPY. Keep a close eye on SPY in the 5. Apple brewing. Only thing that really broke and went is Broadcom. That retest area did hold up, right? Did hold up. Because bigger picture, guys, all we need to do is zoom out just a little bit. I know we're seeing a lot of whipsaw action on the 1. That's per usual. Okay, but bigger picture, we can't lose context. All right. As of now, we're holding above this level. Okay, so we're starting to grind out of here. So where's that next higher low? Where's that next higher low? That'll be our opportunity. Okay, see if we can hold that area because that runway is right there. Okay. So 6 minutes. So let us know what you think, guys. Let us know what you think it's going to take place when the data comes in. See if that trend line support can hold. Or does it fold? Exxon scale out. Walmart, didn't forget about Walmart, above 131.25. Okay, Walmart and Apple, I didn't forget about those names. I have my alert set on those for the calls. Okay, Didn't forget about those names. Now Microsoft and Meta. If this Microsoft and Meta, M&M, all right, M&M, Microsoft and Meta. If this trend line support cracks, Microsoft and Meta, that's what they need. That slide will provide that. This breakdown will provide that nice little opportunity for that slide. So 4 minutes away from the data, guys. 4 minutes away from the data. There's the current path we're traveling. This is the current path we're traveling. Let me clean up the chart a little bit. First trade, did take the calls up to see if I get that nice little push. Got stopped out. Nice bounce off that daily upside breaker. MSFT, Microsoft is below that daily downside breaker, starting to go. 410.80 retest. If you already took that breakdown, okay, manage accordingly. Always do your ticker due diligence. Okay, very important to do that ticker due diligence. Walmart's starting to brew as well, per usual. Walmart and Nvidia, all right, they've been our go-to names past few days. So this idea did not get stopped out yet. But I'm not going to take that because of the catalyst. All right, too close to the catalyst. I like how the Dow's starting to wake up, guys. I like how the Dow is starting to wake up. If the Dow can start to work its way into 491.67, that can allow Walmart to wake up. Okay, WMT. I'm looking at the 132s. On Walmart, this is, I believe, Friday's contracts. Okay, the 8th. So today's the 5th. Yeah, I think Friday's contracts. Those are Friday's contracts for the calls. I keep a close eye on Walmart for the second idea. IW, yeah, IWM is Russell. Yep, sometimes I shorthand it. Let me know if you guys can hear. Can you hear me now, Andrew? If you can't hear, you'll probably have to exit and come back in. Sometimes that happens. WMT, keep a close eye on WMT. If you're playing that breakdown on SPY, okay, if it starts to break this trend line, keep a close eye on MSFT and Meta. If we do break down, if the Dow can hold above, that level, I like a Walmart here. Walmart's starting to go. Okay, Walmart just pull back just a little bit, and I'll take Walmart for the calls. If you took that already off that initial ripple break, manage accordingly. If you're waiting, continue to wait. Risk is going to be right slightly above that PMH. Okay, Walmart with the Dow. Paired with the Dow. Dow, see if the Dow can stay at that VWAP. Walmart's starting to go. Walmart is moving and grooving. Walmart's starting to go for the calls. Okay. Go. Nvidia continues to slide. Nvidia fell back below VWAP. I don't take Walmart. Good. Tesla on the retest. Tesla, I want to see that break on Tesla with some momentum. If you took Walmart there, scale out. Nvidia really lagging. The other semiconductors, absolutely. Nvidia is the sleeping giant. Nvidia is the sleeping giant. Amazon 25%, beautiful job. I think why the volume pushed up so hard is because sellers are trying to push it down. Okay. Walmart is out of here, guys. Meta, Microsoft selling off the money, going into the other tech. Tesla slowing down. Watch the candle 10:05. Yep, we got some data coming in, right? And less than a minute. So Walmart is already running before the data. There's the 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame. And you don't take Walmart. Walmart out of here. So do we break this channel or do we hold this channel? If we break this channel, we can start to see Microsoft slide. Microsoft for the puts. That further enhances that sell-off. Microsoft's contracts, guys, those spreads are not very friendly. Okay, so I'll bypass that. I'll take a look at Meta. Meta. Okay, Meta. Yeah, Meta's contracts are more friendly than Microsoft's. Very spready on Microsoft. Keeping a close eye on Apple here. Keeping a close eye. Nvidia actually triggered that breakdown. Walmart already hit TP1. Okay. Even if you got that late entry, Walmart hit that TP1. IW is coming to the equation. IW is coming into play. Okay, so all my IW snipers, keep a close eye on IW per usual. I'm looking at the 281s on IW. Walmart retests, count me in. IW full focus. IW for the calls. Let's see if that sets up. Keep in mind for IW. Oh no, IW is not there yet. IW's break is for some reason I thought it triggered Shockwave. IW's break is all-time high break. Apple is starting to wake up. So folks waiting for Apple, keep a close eye on Apple. The 285s or to the 280s. I like the 280s on Apple. SPY still on this channel. So just giving you the scalps. On the 15 is still holding above that level despite this back and forth. So Apple needs that double top break. So not a lot of clean moves today, guys. So just be patient. Be patient. Walmart took off. See if Apple can join the party. Let's see if Apple can join the party. Hold above that. Invalidate that double top. Get that momentum break on Apple. If not, all right, there's nothing there. Qs coming back into play. Shockwave once again. Just providing scale outs. So not a lot of TPs today, just scale outs. So navigating today's conditions via Shockwave is going to require that experience. Okay. Meta, the 600s. Okay, they have the most amount of volume on the contract expiring tomorrow. On the Wednesday contracts. See if that can come into play. Apple, looking at the 280s on Apple. And what you can do is you can create a watch list of those contracts. Okay, so I highly advise creating a watch list of certain contracts. Okay, so now it's like you see the particular name at a particular level. You have that, of course, that individual name at a level. You have the corresponding contract. You have it on a watch list. Comes into play. All right, then less clicking to do. You have less clicking to do. Apple. I want to hold on Apple. Hold on Apple, we're gold. I know where the risk is. Risk is here. Risk is there on Apple. See if we can hold. So far, Ripple on Apple, initial break. If you're a break trader, all right, manage accordingly. If you're waiting for the full confirmation, continue to wait. The Dow's starting to slide. IW coming into the equation. IW coming to the fold. Above 280.87. IW coming to the fold above 280.87 to 281s on IW. Look interesting. Okay. That break will be into ATH. SPY continues to grind in this channel. So there are scalp opportunities. I shot my shot here, stopped out. If you took the reclaim, nice scalp opportunity. If you took that nice break, scalp opportunity. So it just really depends on you navigate. But most importantly, right? Don't chase a particular trade. What I mean by that is, hey, if you get stopped out on one particular trade via one idea, right? Don't just blindly chase that same idea. Let the idea revalidate itself. Okay, so now the red folder catalyst is behind us. And the 15-minute candle, guys, it continues to grind higher. Continues to grind higher. We know this thing wants to continue to push, and this is the channel it's currently using towards that next rejection zone. So until this channel cracks or starts to break down clearly, right, we're moving higher. We're moving on up. Okay, SPY is moving on up as long as that channel, that channel's integrity is kept. Keep a close eye on IW. I'm looking at the 72s on IW. Please be advised that break on IW, Shockwave break on IW, is a push into ETH. Okay, Shockwave break on IW is a push into ETH. So keeping a close eye here on Apple and IWM. SPY already kind of went. Okay. Okay, IW is starting to go. IW starting to go. IW all-time highs. IWM all-time highs. Just come back just a little bit. A lot of ripples today. A lot of ripples. So IW is in uncharted territory. Okay, if you take the break on IW, congratulations. IW is starting to go. There goes IW into ATH. SPY is heading to TP1. SPY is headed towards TP1. Scale out on IW. Scale out on IW. Any of my IW snipers take that? IWM SPY put stopped out. Good. Took 5% loss on SPY. Got out before catalyst. Good. Keep those stops tight, guys. That's going to be very, very important. If you're getting stopped out, all right, no problem in getting stopped out. If you're going to be wrong, don't be wrong for long. Exxon possibly brewing. Walmart looking for that retest. No break on Apple. Complete break yet. IW just took off. IW just said adios. Nice, close to $1 move on IW. TP finally hit on SPY. Not the cleanest action. We're moving about 68 cents per 5-minute candle. IW continues to push. There goes SPY. All right, very, very grindy action here. Now the Dow is joining the party. Okay, the fact that the Dow got back above 491.67, that's going to give SPY a chance to continue to push into that ATH zone. That next rejection zone. Oh, look how messy that action is, okay? Look how messy that action is. In and out on IW for 15%. Beautiful job, real quiet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Set your alerts on Nvidia 200, 203. When it goes off, that the chance to wide open space at 210, 100%. Looks like SPY wants to retest last week's highs, 725. Yeah, if you can get to 725, there's a lot of room for it to push. Right, they're just trying to get that nice entry. All right, nice entry into that 725. Google, Apple, Amazon making that up. Microsoft meta sell-off. Does join the YouTube channel avoid the delay? No. So if you want to avoid the delay, guys, you have to be in the Discord community. Link is pinned in the chat to join the Discord community. You have access to all of our tools, our resources, and you get to join our other traders. Okay, other traders of our community trade together. Trade alongside some of our great traders, and they trade all sorts of tickers. From time to time we sprinkle in some tickers as well. The primary focus is SPY, all right, but we use the same principles we use on SPY to trade some other tickers as well. So if you're looking for that delay-free ad-free stream, I open up 20 spots for this month. Use the code TRIAL30. Use the code TRIAL30, all right, and that's basically your trial. It comes out to just a little under $50 for that trial, all right. See if it's your cup of tea. If you're a serious, dedicated trader, this will be your home. All right, so take advantage. Use the code. The stream is completely for free on YouTube. All right, all I ask is to get the likes up and to get and share and subscribe per usual. SPY just took off, guys. That was they made sure to shake out a lot of bulls got shaken out, but it eventually made that grindy push. Okay, let's get the likes up as you're coming in, team. Let's get the likes up. We have over 180 people joining us this morning. Let's get the likes up. IWM gone out of here. Okay, we had over 400 people stop by, so make sure to like the video. SPY is just trading in this channel. All right, trading in this channel. Shallow entry, like shallow retest on IW, guys. It's at all-time highs, continues to go. Right here, that key level. That's very, very shallow. If you're waiting for that 9, continue to wait. A very shallow retest. We'll be right here. So far, just one trade today. One trade on the calls on SPY. Stopped out. A couple of trades did come to our radar. Okay, IWM, of course, and Walmart. Those are some 2 good trades. We're starting to see a nice little pullback on the Qs. Okay, now the Dow is starting to push. Dow's starting to push. Small caps continue to rip. Okay, Meta's starting to dump here. Okay. If you're not used to trading Meta, contract selection would be key. Keep a close eye on those spreads. All right, about a 10-cent spread. All right, that's about 10 cents. 28%. Look at that, guys. 28% for Gary. 28% for Lambish. Apple, yeah, Apple. I have an alert on Apple. That one, thank you for the heads up, Hussein. Apple, I'm watching Apple. I have that alert set. All right, let me put that a little lower. So Apple. I'll be patient for Apple. That 15 is looking to set up on Apple as well. If we did break above that level, we're just failing to hold enforcement. Failing to hold enforcement just means that we're just failing to hold above it. We break above a level, but we're failing to hold above it. I still like the 280 contracts on Apple, the 280s. These are the May 6th expiration, tomorrow's expiration. Okay, so I'm getting a nice little hold above here. At least a break above there. Here we go, shenanigans. Okay, we don't go a day without shenanigans. Okay, we're starting to put some pressure on that channel now. Look at that channel break. But look how erratic it is. Okay, look how erratic it is. Here we go. Exxon just is pushing, guys. Exxon just took off. Nvidia falling off a cliff once again. It actually looks appealing to the downside. Okay, Nvidia looks appealing to the downside. And on this last drop by the market, Nvidia can represent that opportunity for the puts. This would be the 3rd or 4th consecutive day. Nvidia for the puts. Looking at the 195s. 195 puts on Nvidia. I can come back for that retest. So you can see that channel being cracked. Come back for that retest. 195 puts. I'll be there for it as we start to break that channel. Down goes, of course, like we discussed, Meta. Down goes Meta. But you have to select those contracts accordingly. This goes to TP1. It starts to slide back lower. The action on SPY has been very, very tricky, guys. So be very careful. Retest. Retest on IW coming back for that daily upside breaker. Nvidia, looking at the 195s. Give me a nice little pull. Come pull in just a little bit. All right. So this week my emphasis is entries. And to have those good entries, sometimes it means, guys, you miss some setups because it doesn't meet your entry criteria. And that comes with the territory. Okay, that's fine. That comes with the territory. If you did take Nvidia for the puts, good. 100%. This is the importance of taking profit, guys. You can't be in a position and just sit in a position with profit. All right. If you're in good profits, all right, just make sure to take some off the table, because you never know with one of these candles coming, especially with this channel being drawn out. Right. Once it starts to crack, this trend line support starts to crack, that slide isn't coming. That does present, despite this ugly action, team, that does present an opportunity for a reclaim up here on SPY. I want that nice little push back up on Nvidia. Okay, if the VWAP folds on the Qs, this slide is legitimate. If this VWAP holds on the Qs, this slide is legitimate, because the Qs are the first to lead. If the VWAP fails to hold on the Qs, slide is legitimate. If we bounce off that VWAP, all right, just nice little profit taken there. Look at the time on sale level 2 starting to speed up here. Nvidia, let's see, get a nice little boom, boom, boom. Okay, make that a 3-peat on Nvidia. And don't catch that breakdown. If you're a channel trader, this is the type of setup you look for. Okay, we're starting to see the Qs trying to bounce off VWAP, trying to catch a bit off VWAP. Look at Exxon, guys. Exxon, massive push above that dead upside breaker. So this must have to do with some kind of news, guys. Possibly in the Middle East. I want us to start to fade here. On the 1, I want to see a nice little shooter. And I'll take Nvidia, the 195s. Okay, I'll take it right there. Okay, when the Nvidia puts. Okay, Nvidia puts. Risk all the way up here. Second trade of the day. Now, of course, the Qs are starting to bounce off that VWAP. All right, that can cause a slight problem. But I'm betting on this territory to hold, this green box to hold. If it can, great. 5 minutes starting to turn to hammer. Watch out for that reclaim on SPY over here. So our risk is already defined. Okay, SPY, look at that reclaim as well. Nvidia down 6, 7. Okay, this candle right here needs to go shooter. We need to break back below that level. All right, we need to break back below that level, back below that 198.12 would be good. If it continues to climb higher, we'll get stopped out. Okay, I like that. Look at that trap, guys. Nasty, vicious trap. Here we go. Shenanigans. Here we go. Shenanigans. Nvidia starting to go. Up 11. TP where you need to, team. Up 13. Okay, there we go, Nvidia. I'm going to take some off right there. I'm going to take a majority off right there for at 13. Okay, thank you very much, Nvidia, for the puts. Okay, near the lows, holding runners. There we go, Nvidia. I want to see if we can push into these lows. Okay, TP1 on Nvidia, 13%, guys. Nvidia's up 14, 15. So you can break those lows. If we can, it'll be good to go. Scale out if you need to, team. Scale out if you need to. All right, make sure you take some off the table, all right? You got to have something to show for it when it's all said and done. Okay, have something to show for when it's all said and done. Now, Nvidia, as long as we stay below that PML, see if I can ride this thing out. Okay, PML will probably get us back to break even. All right, so majority already taken off at 13%. Now, what we need, team, is the VWAP on the Qs to give. VWAP on the Qs to give, Nvidia has a path to possibly get into TP1. Okay. This little drop here, look at that trap. Notice how Shockwave is going to give you a signal here. All right. Most traders will take this reclaim and flush lower. If you're a trader who manages risk, you just get stopped out. If you're a trader who has no risk management, this wipes you out. Nvidia's up 13, so you can break below those lows. If you're using that 90 MA to trail, that soft trail, that 90 MA is right there on the 1, guys. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Coming at that 9. PML is my risk on the runners. Okay, I might be back to minus 5 to 7%. That VWAP on the Qs is holding up. Nvidia's trying to make a comeback here off those lows, but that 15-minute candle is trying to look like a hammer here. All right, it's mixed between a hammer and a doji. Still has 9 minutes left. Okay, taking profits today is going to be paramount. If we close back above PML on Nvidia, I'll close out. Okay, I'll close it right there before. So stopped out on the runners at minus 3%. Okay. So took a majority off, 13%, got upwards of 15%. Quick scalp, runners couldn't go, and then stopped out on the runners. All right. Nvidia, good. Microsoft playing out nicely. Meta playing out nicely. This is the trade on Nvidia. Okay, Apple is starting to go. Let me shift my focus to Apple real quick. Apple starting to go. Sneaky push on Apple. My Apple guys, Apple team. Apple care. Okay. If you care about Apple, Apple is starting to go here. Nvidia, that was the last trade. See if Apple can come back for the retest. Apple come back in just a little bit, and I'll take Apple for the calls. Okay. Apple, of course, the same 195s. 195. So we're moving from Nvidia to Apple. Come back in, Apple. Come back in just a little bit. All right. So we're 9 minutes away from the conclusion of first shift team. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the 100 likes. We'll do the giveaway. First hour, 100 likes is paramount. Okay, that really helps the momentum of the stream. First trade on SPY, stopped out 9. Next trade on Nvidia, double-digit gain. Stopped out on runners. And Apple taking off here. Okay, let's get to 30 more likes. 30 more likes, team. Apple have to wait for the retest. If you waited for Apple, if you were stalking Apple, and you want that break entry that was there, see if Apple can come back for that retest. Just a small little retest, pull in a little bit. Looking at the 280s on Apple. 280s on Apple. That 15-minute looks healthy on Apple. Is headed towards that daily upside breaker, prior day's highs. Okay, Apple is starting to rock and roll. How we doing, team? Anyone take Nvidia? Quick scalp on Nvidia. Got the put 20%. Beautiful job, Jason. They're not giving us much today. Tesla dump, still in SPY, IWM, Apple. Who caught Apple? If you waited for Apple, you earned it, I should say. Okay, you earned it. If you stalked Apple, okay, give a couple of fake outs. A Shockwave finally gives you that entry, so I have to be there for the retest. I don't want the entry all the way up there. Okay, so Apple retest. If I can get that retest before 10:30, that'll be our third trade of the shift, and we'll be in good shape. SPY, complete mess, guys. Okay, SPY, complete mess, first shift. Okay, in this kind of action, they're trying to make you overtrade. They're trying to frustrate you and make you overtrade. Because we're not going anywhere. We're just having reactions off certain levels, but it's not leading us anywhere new. Okay, but bigger picture intraday, okay, we are still on the grind higher. You can see it came into this territory, bounced off it, still on the grind higher. Okay. Apple, nice push on Apple. Nvidia reclaimed that level. Okay, Walmart, no retest on Walmart. Who's in Apple? Any strikers in Apple? Any shockwavers in Apple? Let's get the likes up, guys. 100 likes is the goal. We're at 78 likes. We are at 78 likes. Enki 1 minute setup. 30%. Beautiful job, Hussein, on being patient on Apple. It's going to require stocking these tickers. All right. The kind of conditions we're in. All right. Stocking these tickers will be critical. Apple has some room to run. Okay. If we can hold above 280, 50, 58, that can be a late, shallow retest. That's prior day's high. That dead upside breaker. Look at this, guys. Look at this bounce off that dead upside breaker. After it shakes everyone out, now it's starting to go. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, look at this. All right, this one required the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart. If you're not familiar with the 1-minute chart, or you can't get the reads, it'd be very difficult to navigate. But you can see what we did was this. You got that break. We came back in and just boom. So we used this green area as a nice little retest area. Let me show you. You can see. Right, and now that opens up the gateway. Remember that runway? Into that all-time high zone. So now we're within striking distance of all-time highs, unless we get some kind of disruption. Okay. But look at the path they took, all right? Very, very manipulative, very, very tricky, and now they're very close to that area. So that's playing out to a T. Apple is looking to retest that daily upside breaker, prior day's highs. Nvidia bouncing off those lows, back below PML, back above PML, trying to reclaim VWAP. This is a dash from PML to PMH. We shall see. If Google can reclaim VWAP, there might be something there. Even IWM pull back slightly, but not enough to come to that area. Nice catch on NQ longs, trade wins, especially in these conditions. Not easy to navigate at all. Beautiful job, beautiful catch. Is that a Ninja Trader? Trade wins. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Amazon is trying to get into that daily upside breaker. Okay, you got to really pick your spots here. Okay, pick your spots here. So May, they're not making it easier. They're not making it easy in May at all. So you really have to have your setups dialed in, your frequency of trades dialed in, your TP taking profits dialed in. All those things have to be firing on all cylinders. And the entry sometimes will be frustrating. Apple, nice bounce off 280.58. That's a shallow area to get involved. 9 EMA key level on the 1. Now, every month presents something else. The first week of the month, just gathering data on what kind of game they want to play. Okay, what kind of offense are they running? All right. What kind of offense are they running? Okay, we're 2 minutes away from the conclusion of first shift, guys. Let's get to 100 likes for that giveaway. We're just a few likes away. It's very possible for us to get there. We have over 170 people joining us live. So if you haven't hit that like button, make sure to do so. 23 likes away, giveaway on its way. Okay, nice bounce on Apple. Anyone catch Apple on that 9 EMA daily upside breaker bounce? If you did, good. SPY, very tricky today. Yeah. Oh, look at that bounce on Apple, guys. So, key level plus EMA. Yeah, the daily upside breaker held up nicely. Apple, nice bounce off that 658, 280, 58. Let me show you Apple. Okay, so you can see Apple. Okay, calls. Apple, you take the calls, 1022. All right, so no calls there. Finally get that break. And you get that daily upside breaker bounce here. Prior day's highs right there. Bounce off of that. And that 9 EMA was right there. Now let's see if that has enough fuel on Apple to push into this TP1. TP1 coming up. Okay, that first shift come to an end. Okay, first shift has come to an end, guys. We're officially in second shift. Did take 2 trades first. Stop out on SPY and a nice extraction on Nvidia. Second shift. Let's see how we interact with first shift highs and lows. Despite the action, okay, the bulls are in control. Despite what you see on the one, the bulls are in control. Everything's pushing to the upside. It's just different kind of action. Different kind of action. The action is not clean. The price action is not clean. But sometimes that's what we got to deal with. Sometimes you got to deal with. You got to make something out of a mess, not recklessly, but just know how to navigate the mess. Best way to navigate the mess is not put up with it, not trade it. That's always an option. That's always an option. Okay, so if you do detect, hey, you know what, chart looks a little messy, you don't have to take a single trade. Okay, you don't have to take a single trade. But if you know how to navigate when the chart's a little messy, if you just tighten up your risk, tighten up your TPs, and look for certain setups that are favorable in those conditions, you can capitalize off of that. Okay. C-spot can come in for that retest. That daily upside breaker has been holding up nicely. We can see daily upside breaker multiple bounces. So first shift is in the books, guys. First shift is in the books. We gapped up to open things up. We've dipped into the jaws of the gap for less than a minute, and we continue to rip. To give you some context, this gap up was pretty significant. So this is the biggest gap up. I mean, granted, it's still the first few days of May. So far, this is the biggest gap up in May. We don't have a lot of gap ups in May, but there's a biggest one so far. So unless we get a gap up that's bigger than this, there's the biggest one so far in the early stages of May. Apple continues to push, guys. If you caught that, congratulations. You deserve to be rewarded. You earned it. Good, good, good. Qs continue to make all-time highs. Now let me check out a YouTube chat. But Tesla, QQQ, not a smooth ride. Lots of fair value gaps on the way. QCOM reaching target. Good, good, good. Initial balance is on SPY. Good. Apple going to 285. April monthly highs. Took QQQ puts here. Okay. Nvidia, Tesla are okay. Apple 47%. Beautiful job, SMC Queen. Anyone else take Apple? If you took Apple, if you took the Apple calls, put an Apple in the chat. Apple in the chat. Drop the apples in the chat. Let me sit down here, guys. Okay, so we kind of broke this, so we had this low here. So we're going to use this. We're going to move this like this. All right. So this is the channel. Initially broke down. Okay, beautiful job, Hussein. Always crushing it. 75% Apple. Tremendous job. Beautiful job, Dirty Red. Yep, Apple is gone. And what's giving Apple the fuel is when you have that intraday setup, okay? When you have that intraday setup and it lines up with something higher time frame intraday. You know, we have the lower time frames, okay? Everything within the day. And then we have the higher time frames. The daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Okay, but what I like to think about is I like to break down this intraday. I like to break down this intraday into lower time frame intraday and higher time frame intraday. Okay, so the 15 hourly, 4 hour will be higher time frame. You can kind of think of the 15 as medium time frame, and then the 1 and the 5 will be the lower time frame. So if you take a look at Apple on the intraday higher time frame, all right, from this morning. So I had some fuel. I had some fuel. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 That's why that patience was so important. So tremendous job on being patient. And Shockwave was the entry into this break. So now as long as it holds that daily upside breaker, and keep in mind, guys, those contracts are further dated, right? So if you're in those runners, you can milk this as long as that trend is strong, as long as that trend remains. We don't have a lot of contention here. All right, this is a pretty smooth sell-off. So whenever you see a smooth area like this, if we have strength, it can turn to a smooth area where we can penetrate it back to the upside. All right. So the only pivot that we have between us and that weekly upside breaker is right here, 285.52. And of course, we have the one psychological level, guys, 285. That's what stands between us and where we are. All right, so once... Okay, I'll show you how Shockwave set to enter. Boom. Okay, take the calls there. And then it continues to push. By default, that risk is aggressive. You can adjust it to conservative. So this was good alignment. So on my end, I could have done a better job being a little more patient, right? I was kind of with Nvidia. I was entertaining an opportunity in Nvidia, but still can do better. But the main thing is if you miss a trade, guys, you don't have to chase it. Okay, you don't have to chase it. So Apple, beautiful trade on Apple for those of you who caught it. Look at IW, guys. IWM all-time high, SPY all-time high, Q's all-time high, SPY on the verge of all-time highs. $120%. I mean, Diamond Hand King, Hussein. I have Apple contracts, but that's my only win for today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Horrible fills on We Will today. 6% on the account. Phenomenal job. Trade wins. Right. The S&P is not even up 6% year to date. All right. The S&P is not even up 6% year to date. I think it's about like 6 or between 5 and 7%, give or take. But that's if you bought SPY Jan 1 and you waited all the way until now. So that is impressive. Even with the fills, trade wins. Nvidia set up again. 45% Apple. QQQ. One more leg to the upside. Let's take a look at QQQ. Since QQQ is at all-time highs. Let me take off Shockwave here. So Apple, the shallow retest on Apple is, the cool thing is, guys, with Shockwave, you can use these targets as key levels. Once something goes aggressively, you can use these targets as key levels. If you pair that up with the EMA, okay, and price action as an area where you can wait for that shallow pullback because it's gone. Yep, 285, 100% Hussein. QQQ. Let's take a look at the intraday higher time frame on QQQ. Just jump over to the 15 real quick. I believe I have the levels for QQQ. So this is the last thing I had for QQQ. And you can see, of course, what took place there. We break this. So at some point in time, revisitation, we'll deem it as support. And QQQ just continues to go. QQQ just continues to go. Nvidia, another breakdown on Nvidia. All right. Whenever one of our terrific 12 have a higher time frame intraday, if they're in a higher time frame intraday, we'll maybe talk about this in the webinar this week. Okay, when they're in the higher time frame intraday zone, let's say the bounce zone. on the lower time frame intraday chart, let me take that off. Okay, so higher time frame, intraday higher time frame bounce zone. We just discussed the difference. Okay, plus, so higher time frame. Intraday plus Shockwave 15 entry. That's the best recipe. Higher time frame bounce on intraday or any kind of zone. All right, Shockwave 15 entry. Okay, model applied to that for that break. That can be a nice recipe. We'll touch on that in the next our webinar. All right, because Apple, there was two names this morning, Apple and Walmart. We talked about that can have a little bit of fuel. They weren't there exactly with that, a little bit of fuel. Walmart's giving back some of those gains, but by that time, the opportunity already came in. So not every opportunity is going to go like that, right? But you can extract from Walmart via Shockwave already. All right, you can see we have some fuel off of that based on yesterday. Okay, you take the calls, and then it starts to push back lower. So it didn't take off to the same extent as Apple, but did provide a nice little opportunity there. Okay. So intraday higher time frame. Plus Shockwave entry model, good recipe. Nvidia continues to collapse here, guys. Nvidia continues to collapse. So 2 trades so far. First trade of the day was SPY. Wasn't even in the trade for maybe less than 30 seconds. Stopped out. Then we went over to Nvidia. Okay, as SPY started to crack that trend line support, we immediately went to Nvidia, was able to extract double digits here. Okay, on a majority, and then got stopped out right there. So it took profit on this drop here into that area. Okay, right before we made the lows of the day. By the time we went there, that's where I had my runners at that break-even territory. Okay, stopped out. And then what happens to Nvidia comes back into play once again. So for the past, I think it's 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 trading days, Nvidia, the puts has just been rinse and repeat. But it's going to require you to be patient, just like anything else. Okay, just like anything else. So again, if you take this, you can come back, puts, take it, scale out into the lows of the day. Okay, and then now if you have those runners into TP1, almost there, you can start to pivot your stop. All right. SPY, I'm trying to get us traded on SPY, maybe first shift grab. Yesterday's lotto played out nicely. All right, over 90% with the majority. That was a mean reversion, midday mean reversion. Account up 20% stop loss on SPX, another 20% stop loss on SPX down for the day. 13% on the account. Beautiful job, Lambish. Got out of Nvidia for 3.8 puts at 10.15. Could hold longer. Seems like it will go down. Good TP there. Stay nimble, 100%. Yep. Quick adjustment. Once that starts to break, immediately to head and shoulder. 100%. I keep missing Nvidia puts, getting in too late and losing. Looking for support now for resistance on QQQ. If nothing, we're going up. QQQ, let's pivot over to QQQ. On the big chart, how are we doing so far, guys? On YouTube, how are we doing so far? Apple runners, 135%. SMC Queen, Netflix reversal. We'll take a look at it. Let's take some time to hit the like button, guys. Let's smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe. So far, I did have a poll for today. Okay, 73% of you are returning viewers. 23% of you are first-time viewers. So first-time viewers, welcome aboard. We go live every single day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Long-time viewers take the next steps. We open up some spots to our team. Join our team. Okay, use the code TRIAL30 if you're interested in joining. And of course, I did extend the early bird for Shockwave. Make sure to get your hands on Shockwave to put yourself in position on trades like Apple, trades like Nvidia to the downside. Right, it brings it to the forefront for you. Yep, I do see that trade wins. Right, it's a great way I'm being proactive. That's QQQ, by the way. Okay, so Shockwave is available. Use the code now. We'll use the code now. We'll discuss a little more at 11:30 on how to get a hands on all of our tools and resources. I'm looking for something on SPY. Okay, I want to remain on the edges on SPY. All right, so I might immediately go to mean reversion mode. Mean reversion mode of no mean reversion mode. Possible bounce off this daily open. Okay, possible bounce off that daily open. All right, but that's just a level plus price action. There's just two areas, two things coming together. So the ones that got away today, some of you, most of you caught it, right? Apple, from my standpoint, all right. It's like Pokemon, right? It's like the opposite of Pokemon. You can't catch them all. Okay, you can't catch them all. If you try to have that Pokemon mindset, got to catch them all, you're gonna catch none. Okay, so Nvidia, of course, we took it again. IWM, nice, played out nicely. Walmart provided that opportunity, and of course, Apple. See profit, take profit, 100%, and that's what May is. Again, the beginning of the month, you're on see profit, take profit mode, or you're just building a cushion. What happened last month? That doesn't count. That can't get you anything this month. Right, so you're building a cushion. You're getting the feel for the action. SPY very erratic to kick off May, so that's something I'm noting. Okay, we're collecting data. Okay, we're collecting data on the month. So by mid-month, we have a good idea on how the action is. And it doesn't do any justice when you take a look at the charts after the fact. The only way you can get a feel for the action is if you're watching in real time. Once the candles are closed, it doesn't give you the feel, or what I like to call the velocity of the movement. Okay, and the candles in May, so far, we don't have a lot of data. Okay, they're vicious. They have some velocity to them. So what that means is when you're in a position, it's either working out in your favor quickly, or you're getting stopped out quickly, or you're sitting and waiting for it to play out. So in those three scenarios, if you don't manage your stop losses and you get stopped out quickly, it doesn't matter if you're in profit quickly. It's going to lead you to best case scenario, cancel each other out. So now what happens is, what do you do in between? All right, the monster trades cancel out the big trades cancel out the big loss trades. So the path now becomes reduce the big loss trades. So you're canceling out less things. Let's jump to the 15 on SPY. We did dip into this nice little zone here on SPY. Don't love it. To be honest, there isn't anything I love. All right, there isn't anything I love. Don't forget the trend is up 100%. Always respect the trend. Nvidia hit TP1. Did anyone take Nvidia for the second time? Anyone double dip on Nvidia? Huge gamma 740 at SPY now, but don't know when we get there. 740, yeah, 740. We have a lot of things to address. That's something to keep in mind, though, in the back of our mind. Thank you for the update. Small gain on Nvidia. Okay. Second attempt or first? The first one is like the second one. The second one played out nicely. The things you don't know how it's going to play out. Okay. You can have a sense how it's going to play out. You have zones, a intraday higher time frame. All right, but the main thing is just take a majority off. Okay, best practice. Take a majority off. So at least when it's all said and done, you have something for it. You have something to show for it. So this one worked out nicer than this one. So if you did the exact same thing, meaning, okay, you take a majority off near the lows of the day, you hold runners near break even. In this case, those runners will start to really work in your favor. In this case, the runners will get you stopped out. Okay. And that's what I like to do. So I like to do one side, take some off. Okay. I no longer expose myself to the same amount of risk. I just say, you know what, let's just put it to break even, sometimes even a little more shallow. All right. That's an area I'm looking to always improve. Okay. And it changes depending on the name, the ticker, the movement, the conditions. But the risk management and taking the majority off, that has to remain for me. All right, so I would challenge you to do the same thing as well. At least try for a week or so and see how far it gets you. %, trade wins, nothing on spike, acute IWM. Way to take trades off the key levels, ATH. We're trading in the vacuum. Yeah, ATH trading. We're back to ATH just like that. We are back to ATH just like that. How are we doing so far, strikers? How are we doing so far? So this is very reminiscent of summer months. So if you trade with me during the summer, all right, this is just deja vu of what took place last summer, or getting close to summer months. So this is foreshadowing the kind of action we're likely to see in summer. So slowly start to adapt yourself for that season. Risk a little small put on Doc N. QCOM touch PDH. QCOM, let's take a look at QCOM. How are we doing, QCOM? QCOM said good morning and goodbye at the same time. So Shockwave says get the calls at 9:54. It actually gives you the retest as well. So QCOM gives you the retest as well, unlike the ones that just continue to break and just go. This one actually goes, comes back in, and then gives you the retest. All right, so TP1, TP2, TP3, outer space, getting into that daily upside breaker right there. All right, so if you used Shockwave on QCOM, okay, this is self-explanatory. We don't have to say much. All right, there you go. Tells you calls 9:54 Eastern. Calls 169.45. So if you caught QCOM, beautiful job. So it looks like the smaller names are smaller names, and the semis are starting to pick up. I believe QCOM reported earnings already. Shopify to report earnings. Take a look at Shopify. Ticker symbol SHOP, biggest tech company. Oh, a nice gap up on SHOP. Okay, look at that gap up on SHOP, guys. SHOP with a massive gap up. That's earnings related. Or is that a gap down? Well, okay, let me just zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So SHOP gap down. For a second, I thought it was a gap up. Okay, SHOP gap down. Earnings front, double beat. That's a pretty significant gap down. Is that at least $10? Okay, close to $10, $8. Who else has reported earnings? Palantir after the close. So Palantir, difficult to trade today. Palantir, that was on my list, of course, per usual, but it has earnings, can't trade it. Palantir, say if it didn't have earnings, gives you a nice little scalp opportunity. And then Palantir for the puts goes to TP1. If it has earnings, I don't touch it. Okay, I can just go to something else. Okay, volume imbalances are coming into play. You can see our first volume imbalance in May. One of our first volume imbalances in May. Again, guys, make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up if you're just joining. Make sure to subscribe. Let us know where you're joining from. Drop your city in the chat, country in the chat. QQQ, last 20K. Shockwave, QQQ. Right here, James. On this entry. Yeah, it didn't really go to scale out. Just gave you a scalp, and then it just, that last drop on SPY when it broke that channel also broke down here as well. Can you explain volume imbalance? Volume balance is smart money terminology. It's very similar to a regular imbalance. All right, but it has to do with volume. So we'll cover it right here. So volume imbalance. So this is very similar to an imbalance, which also known as an inefficiency. Okay, let's just go here. Okay, so we know an inefficiency is a moment in time when the algorithm is inefficient and it leaves a gap between two candles. Okay, when the algorithm, the reason why it's inefficient is because there's a gap in the price. Okay, this is what basically what a fair value gap is. The reason why it's inefficient is because at some point in time, price is going to come back and gravitate towards it and rebalance it and make it more and make it efficient. Okay, so this is what an inefficiency is, or an imbalance. When there's a gap, when there's a space between candles, series of 3 candles, there's a space in between it. So eventually, price was trying to gravitate back towards it, rebalance it, and continue, or reclaim it and continue. So that's an area that translates to being an area of interest. But imbalance in a vacuum in the middle of nowhere means nothing. Okay, so an imbalance or inefficiency in the middle of nowhere on its own means nothing. Reason being is because it happens too frequently. It happens too frequently. So when you're trading those inefficiencies and balances, all right, you have to pair it with something else, and you have to give it context. So on the other hand, okay, this is with price, with the price action. So a volume imbalance, using the same logic, a volume imbalance is when there's low volume and there's literally a gap between the price. Okay, literally a gap up in the intraday price. And we usually don't see that on SPY because SPY has a lot of volume. You see this in names that don't have a lot of volume. That's normal, but on SPY, that tells us that, hey, you know what? We're starting to lose some volume. We're starting to get a little choppy. And this would be the volume imbalance. Basically a gap up intraday on the lower time frame. Again, this on its own, I don't have any trades associated with a volume imbalance. But when I do see this, okay, it's like a red flag. It's a red flag. Meaning, okay, the volume started to drop off, starting to get very choppy. more than an idea. It gives me a read on the condition. So that's what a volume balance looks like. All right. So same idea, same kind of idea, but applied differently. So if we go back here, right here, this is the one that we saw. So in real time, there's the volume imbalance. Okay, the reason is because here we basically jumped. You can treat volume imbalances as the same thing as inefficiencies, okay? But I don't trade them per se, but same principles apply. So we basically jumped from here to here. Okay, we skipped 3 cents. It might not seem like a lot, but 3 cents is a lot. Because SPY's behavior, it's very efficient when it comes to volume. It's highly liquid. So that 3 cents is massive. Okay, that 3 cents is massive. Make sense, Daniel? Does anyone trade volume imbalances? Or any smart money traders in the chat? Trade imbalances. I know a lot of you use now. I think fair value gaps are commonly used. Right. Again, same thing with fair value gaps. Which one do you take? All right. Context is key. You know why? Because you can start to cherry pick fair value gaps. You can say, hey, you know what? There's one here. There's one here. There's one here. It's very easy to manipulate and cherry pick, and very easy to make it seem like it works. They're everywhere. There's one there. There's one here. So now, in this area, okay, in a vacuum, if you don't apply any context, what does this tell you? How does this help you? Does this give you more clarity or does it give you more uncertainty? Put in the chat. If you have zones like this, does this give you more clarity or does this give you more certainty? From my lens, this gives me more, does this give you uncertainty, I should say, okay? Does it make things clear or more unclear? To me, this is confusion. All right? It's unnecessary noise. So you have to have a way to know which efficiencies are more important than others. Okay, that's why in the ebook, the one that comes in your membership, guys, go read the section on inefficiencies. All right, I classify those inefficiencies. We haven't used it in a long time, but in 2024, all right, the M1/5 was the go-to. M1/5 was the go-to, was the point where price rebalanced and it gave us an opportunity. Okay, so you have sequential inefficiencies. Okay, that's SAT terminology. You have symmetrical inefficiencies. So go read the ebook. All right, it's a 20-page read, but it breaks all that stuff down, guys. So make sure to go over that when we have a chance. Nice balance here. Can you specify when you're getting in on SPY, please? Yeah, no trade so far on SPY. Mean reversion, I can possibly take that mean reversion here. If it wants to be tricky here, that would be for Lotto. So the invalidation market would be the expansion. All right, it can expand because it's already in pursuit of that rejection zone there. So what I'm looking at is possible peak above it, maybe start to get back into the prior 5-minute high territory, 15-minute high territory, something like that. If it breaks above this, if I'm looking to go short up here, okay, then my invalidation market would be a continued expansion. So if it does this while I'm looking to go short, then I'm wrong. So I shouldn't be in the trade. If I'm looking to go short up here and it starts to do this, there's no reason for me to be in the trade once it fully forms. I'm not going to wait until it goes all the way there. That's just, you're wrong. You're wrong. Move along. All right, just move over, or else the price will take you on for a ride. All right, so I'll assess the action up there. If you're looking for that continued push, you're looking for that retest up there. Ideally, what I want to see is if we can grab it, get above it, come back into it, maybe get a subtle bounce, very small bounce, or no bounce, and then a breakdown. And I'll gauge, if that can take place, I'll gauge this as my entry, and I'll gauge that high, if it's within the ATR, as my risk. Okay. So that's what I'm looking to do, and let's get some information up there. That comes into play, we'll take that. If it continues to expand, I'll let it expand, do its thing. I'm learning SMT and ICT, but I need extra monitors. Yeah, a lot of stuff there. All right, a lot of the stuff, guys, there's a lot of jargon, if you ask me. Just my opinion. All right, in our industry, jargon and being right and intellectual stimulation is more important to some people than to others. Right? It's intellectually stimulating, but at the end of the day, no matter how much this intellectually stimulates you, if you're not able to put it together, it doesn't matter. Okay, because there are traders who are super sharp, super disciplined, who use EMAs. All right. But they use it properly. They know how to use it. They mastered the EMAs. The risk management on point. Psychology on point. Okay. So sometimes a lot of this stuff is just intellectual stimulation. Looks cool on the chart. Sounds cool. And makes us seem smart. But at the end of the day, what does it translate to? You have to make it translate. Okay, we have to make that translate. Or else it's just like any other theory. All right, as traders, we're the ones who have to apply it and build something. All right, we have to apply it and build it. It's like there's no point of knowing physics inside out if you're not going to do anything with it. You can know physics left, right, inside out, up and down. Okay, be like a physics savant. Caught up in all the theory. But if you're not applying it in some way, shape, or form, it's just for intellectual stimulation. Right? It's just, now what does that mean? It's just for vanity. It's not for trading. Okay, so see if we can grab those highs. Nice little double top there. If you trade double tops, you're there. I want to see more of that grab. For me to go long off back the upside, that's going to require possibly a grab of those lows. So no trades in second shift yet, guys. We're about 21 minutes away from the conclusion of the second shift. So a lot of the moves, let's check back on the indexes. Okay, Apple is possibly coming back into play. Apple's coming back into play possibly. Okay. All right, it kind of just came in quickly. If you waited for that retest on Apple, right, it did provide an opportunity. View up right there. And now it's kind of just a little gone. All right, the lesson, the moral of the story is, if you're watching a particular ticker, you have to essentially stalk that ticker. Okay, you have to stalk that ticker. Broadcom's starting to go. Tesla's looking to potentially break down, interestingly. Tesla's looking to potentially break down. Tesla's back below that daily upside breaker, bouncing off that PML. Okay, did break down already. Okay, puts on Tesla via Shockwave. All right, so the last piece of the puzzle is that break below PML to really get those profits going. So we already extracted there. Good, good, good. Another name possibly brewing. We got possibly Exxon, Meta, TP1 hit, Broadcom, nice reclaim on Broadcom. Amazon back to downside. That's possibly brewing. Okay, for the puts, Amazon looking at the 275s, May 6 contracts. I want to get a hold on Amazon into the lower day. See if Amazon can hold below those lows. Okay, hold below that low. Amazon for the puts via Shockwave. Let's see what Shockwave got for us here. Confusion, uncertainty, confusion. Yeah, exactly. All right, so don't have things on the chart. That's going to create more confusion. That's going to slow down your decision making. Have the things on the chart that are most important to you. Okay, have the things on the chart that are most important to you. Looking at Amazon puts here. I want that signal to print. 5 minutes, I want that to hold. If it can reject right there, wick that right there, I'll take it to the downside. I want to see a nice little wick on that candle, and we'll take it to the downside. Risk being that hourly open. I want to see a wick here. Wick back lower. We have 25 seconds left on that candle. 22 minutes left on that 5-minute candle. Keeping a close eye on the 5. Want that risk reward box to get printed officially. And then we'll look to take Amazon to the downside for the puts. Okay, I'll take right there. Amazon. I'm in the Amazon puts. Via Shockwave. If you did take that, manage accordingly. Risk is up here. If you want to risk below, shallower than that, you can use that hourly open. Average fill 199. See if Amazon can start to rock and roll. If you have a tighter stop, again, manage accordingly, guys. This risk is just a suggestion. So you can have something before that as well. If that 5 minute can hold below that level, that would be great. If the 5 minute starts to wick, let's see how this plays out. Small victory would be, okay. That 1 minute continue to stay below that initial entry, that 275, 275.50. If you can stay below it, Amazon can be well on its way. Okay, manage accordingly, guys, if you took this. These are the May 6 contracts. Up about 2%. Okay. There we go. Up 7. Okay, if you need to TP. If you're looking for a scalp, that's your scalp opportunity. Amazon puts. Okay. This will be our third trade of the day. If you took Amazon already, good for the quick scalp. So if you're willing to turn down the profits that you saw already in pursuit of some more, that's completely up to you. I did provide that TP. I'm looking for a scale out. I'm looking for a scale out marker. I want to see that 5 minute stay below that initial entry point. New 5 minute candle coming up here. So if that 5 minute candle can if the 5 minute candle can get below those lows, is that 5 minute candle low? This can start to push lower. Get below 275.05. Okay, that would be great. We can start rocking and rolling, possibly go to double digits. If it gets back above 275, 275, 275.86, that 5-minute reversal will be there. So that'll be a modified risk there. The Dow continues to push. Who TP'd on Amazon already? If you TP'd on Amazon for a scalp, good. I'm still in Amazon. No scale out yet. I want to see if I can get a break below those lows. If you modified your stop back to entry near break even, by all means, okay. After you see green, all right, you have to start to do your due diligence on possibly moving to break even. You don't want to have the same amount of risk as before. If we can break those lows, we can start rocking and rolling. I'm done for the day. Every trade reverse the second I got it. Big red. No, those wicks today, very tricky. Okay, see if Amazon can break those lows. So double digits is on the other side, depending on your entry, on the other side of this low. Okay, on the other side of this low. See if we can break below that low, continue to push. If the Qs can start to pull back, that would be great. It keeps bouncing off that level. Okay, you can see buyers stepping in. On the 15-minute, guys, there is, if we break below those we're directional. On the hourly, we have that hourly 20 coming up just under us, below us, so just be mindful of that. So we can get a little bit of so the 15-minute 20, I should say, not the hourly 20. So you get a nice little drop here. There we go. Up 12. There we go. 16, 15. Go. I'm going to take a majority off right there. Thank you very much, Amazon, at 16. Beautiful trade, guys. I wanted the runners to stay below here. Nice drop. Scale out at 16. Runners, I'm going to move the stop for the runners here. Who took Amazon, guys? So it's going to require patience. Patience is the name of the game. There we go, guys. Runner up 15%. We're at the lows of the day. We're getting close to the lows of the day. So no close back above here. If we close back above there, I'll close out. Decisive close. So I'm willing to get runners back to like single digits. Right, like maybe upwards of 5%. So if we're gonna reject off of that, that'd be great. If it reclaims it, I'll be out of there after extracting profits. Who took that? Okay, nice little trade on Amazon, guys. See if we can reject off of that. Don't want to see a reclaim. Okay, I'll close out right there. All right, we'll close it right there, about 6-7% on the runners. Okay, beautiful trade on Amazon, guys. Take a majority off, and then take the runners off right there. If it was a one-shot kill for you, that's a nice 16%, minimum 16% extraction in a matter of less than 10 minutes. Okay, so thank you very much, Amazon. Pleasure doing business as always. Okay, so if you took that, dollar signs in the chat, 50% on Amazon. So you had a beautiful entry, Reyes, or maybe further data cons, further strike cons. Good. I was right at the money. When I took those, I was at the money. Anyone else take that? Beautiful job, Reyes. See profit, take profit. Right, that's what the way to go sometimes. Most of the time. Yeah, tough day to say the least, guys. May is not going to get easy. Okay, so just pick your spots. Be quick to cut trades. I haven't even taken a look at SPY yet. I was babysitting Amazon here, and SPY is starting to pull back on the 5. Qs didn't get to grab the shift highs either. So here, Shockwave there, nice little setup. SPY is looking to test that 9 on the 5. That's our third trade of the day. Broadcom out of here. Exxon starting to pump. So no trade on SPY yet. I did take a trade here. No second trade on SPY yet. First trade stopped out on SPY for about 9%. Then we went over to Nvidia. So you see the importance of taking profit, guys. Even Apple is back to where it was. All right, so if you don't take profit, the market will. If you don't take profit, the market will. On the tough days, guys, we just have to hunker down and just try not to do too much damage. What price on Amazon? I took the 275 puts. 275 puts. My average fill was 199. It was actually $2 flat. $2 even, which is the average fill. All right, so what I'm gathering from these 2 days of May. Okay, still a little early, but what experience tells me. So 2 things. Okay, 2 things so far. See profit, take profit. See profit, take profit. Okay, and don't be wrong for long. These are the 2 primary principles, 2 primary things I'm seeing so far. So it's very important that you, when you are in a position, when you are up double digits, okay, I can't tell you what to do. I don't know the extent of your reward, okay, what reward system you're using. But I would say take profits regularly with the majority. Because in these kind of conditions, guys, you're gonna give up a lot. I'd say you would lose more. You would lose more on not taking profits than extracting every bit of a move when you're right. Okay, so let me explain. So whenever you're in a trade and your entry's here, say your entry's here, you got everything, you did everything, you're up about 10-15%, you don't take profits, and then it goes back lower, you're at break even, it goes red. Okay, you will lose more doing this than if you are looking to take a trade. Okay, you take the trade here. You take the trade here. You're right. You do the right thing. You take profits here at those highs. Okay? You take profits at those highs, and then you leave this on the table. Okay? More damage will be done here than here. I want you to understand that. Because what the market wants you to do is it doesn't want you to do this. It wants you to think everything's going to go forever. That's the trap. But if you take profits regularly, right, even if it goes, if it doesn't go, you still have something to walk away with. So, from my experience, more money is left. More traders lose money or give back the money they had. I wouldn't even say that's a real loss. All right? When you allocate risk, let's define what a loss is. When you allocate risk, okay, you see a setup. You have a unit of risk. You apply your unit of risk to said setup. Okay. And that said setup, you enter the position, but it never works in your favor. You didn't see anything. No green, just straight stop to the stop loss. To me, that's not a bad trade. This is just the cost of doing business. Right? You just lost what you initially put in. Okay, there's the cost of doing business. Didn't work in your favor. Okay, your stop is 10, 15%, whatever it is, 20%. You walk away with. If your stop was with 20%, you walk away with 80% of your initial capital. You walk away, so be it. Right? That's just cost of doing business. Because your stop loss is your insurance policy. A real loss is when you have money. You're up 10, 15, 20%. And you don't take profit and it goes back to zero and goes to your stop. This was your money. Psychologically, this will do more damage. Okay? If you go back and you think of your worst trade, or the top 5 of your worst trades, okay? I would go as far as to say at least one of your worst trades, or one of our worst trades as traders, guys, has to, at some point in time, that trade flashed some green. At some point in time, what you realize is there was a profit-taking opportunity. Right? And most of the time, the accounts don't get blown up from disciplined stops. All right? They don't get blown up from getting stopped out because the trade didn't work in your favor. All right? Just say, you know what? I entered here. My stop is there. Right? This, unless you just go on a major losing streak, 20, 30 trades in a row, and lose all of it, depending on how far you are, how much of your account you're allocating, right? You're not going to blow up. The one that makes you blow up is the one that you see green in. You don't take anything off the table. You're red, and now your psychology is broken because you're carrying this psychological damage, okay, into the next trade. That's where the market gets you. The market wants to mess up your psychology for the next trade. So if that's what the market is intending to do, you have to do the opposite. Every trade you take, all right, you're trying to do the next thing, trying to do the right thing to set yourself up for the next opportunity. All right, via our stop out on SPY. I was wrong. I can't fall in love with SPY here too long. Okay, I took the calls here. I'm wrong. Okay, in this case, it goes back up. Okay, creates a little bit of FOMO, but that's fine. I'm not going to take it just based on FOMO. That's not my strategy. But in the event it did this, and it continued to push lower, and it goes all the way there. We've all been there at some point in time, when we're paying tuition. Now, going to the next trade. Okay, you're coming from here. You're coming from this kind of trade. Your psychology is already skewed. All right, so all you're doing is just setting yourself up to give yourself a chance for the next trade, to remain alive for the next trade, to be intact psychologically for the next trade. And that's the majority of risk management. So in these kind of conditions, it's going to be imperative, all right, to tighten up those stops. Okay. Even on mine, I'll tighten up those stops as well, even tighter, and cleaning up the TPs, especially in the first 2 weeks of the month, especially the first week of the month. Right? The money you leave on the table when you're right and it just continues to go, that's fine. That's going to happen. The money you leave on the table when you had the money and it disappears and you lose the money, that's going to do more psychological damage. Okay, so very, very important that we make those adjustments as we continue to move forward in May, because that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm saying. And as we get closer to the summer months, you're going to have to be very, very sharp. Okay, very, very sharp. And if it means not trading on certain days, that's fine as well. If it means being so rigorous in your setups and not taking it unless it's ideal, that's fine as well. If it means sizing down and allocating size based on what setup you're taking, that's fine as well. All right, so those are the things you have to decide independently as a trader. Okay? Those are the things you have to decide independently as a trader. Okay? So that's what we're seeing. Apple is bouncing off that view up as well in that level. If it gets about 280.58, there can be a nice shot. Nice bounce on Apple. It is 11:30, guys, so make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe. So we didn't grab those highs. We just came to those highs and bounced off those highs. So again, the mean reversion up here. Okay, mean reversion, grab these highs. Get above it. Trap some buyers. Broadcom continues to push, looking to get into ATH. Okay, about 40 cents away from ATH. Okay. In and out Amazon put, scalp, nice lot, a beautiful job, real quiet, absolutely a beautiful job. I need a Vago to crack. I think it can hold the QQ. Done for the day. Thanks, 100%. What broker has the best stop loss accuracy? I have used Robinhood, and my stop loss does not kick in. Oh, that's very interesting. I'd say Webull has a good stop loss. Okay. I mean, slippage, you have to take into account slippage sometimes when the price is moving so aggressively. All right, sometimes it's not going to give you the best feel. But I would say Webull has a pretty good stop loss. They did add a feature where you can kind of move it around on the options chart itself. You can move your stop as you're in the position and your TP. And the cool thing about Webull, go check out the video on our channel. Okay, that the Webull video. There's a setting in Turbo Trader. Okay, if you're still in the beginning phases of tightening up your risk management, all right, you can automatically, I would say, auto set it first. Auto set it first. If you're having a hard time cutting trades, all right, you can set it up in Webull to where you say, my stop loss is 15%. When the contract is down 15% from my time of entry, it will automatically close out. Okay, so if you're having a hard time, okay, that might be the best thing to do. If you can't just seem to find yourself cutting a trade when you're wrong, that might be the best thing to do. All right, I don't use that per se. I'm good at cutting it because that's the pillar. That's my one non-negotiable. Right? But if you're still developing from that standpoint, you can automate it for some time so you get comfortable. Okay, and then eventually put the onus on yourself to cut it accordingly. All right, so I'd say Webull has a pretty good feature there. Netflix, yes, Netflix. Let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix is an interesting place. NFLX. So Netflix, of course, had earnings. It beat earnings, got earnings, gapped up on earnings, it gapped down from earnings, although it had the double beat. It was above 100, and we had this major support territory. And then now it couldn't hold that, and now Netflix is completely sliding to the downside. Okay, so if you're looking big, if you're thinking bigger picture on Netflix, that monthly candle is directional to the downside, is bearish. Okay, if you're looking for retrace rejects, that can present opportunity. So you're waiting for some kind of relief pop to the upside. All right, if you want to have a very tight zone to enter, you're going to see buyers can step in, drive this thing back higher, and then reject. All right, if the weakness is so overwhelming, sometimes that can't even take place. It's too weak. You're going to maybe laser into the lower time frames if it's intraday, and look for some structural breaks. right? So Netflix is selling off, and it did get below that 90 psychological level, which was huge. And then now it's at 88. Okay, and now it continues to sell off, right? So Netflix selling off pretty aggressively today. Let's put it through the lens of Shockwave. Okay, what does Shockwave say? So again, Shockwave is a momentum indicator. If something is going to break out or break down, okay, if something's going to break out or break down, you can see puts there, puts here, never got stopped out, TP2. So Netflix gave up a major support area. I had to hold that. It peaked above 100. Now that rejection off that 200 EMA looks like it makes sense on the daily. And continues to sell off. So now selling off today. If you didn't take any trades today, so going into tomorrow, you're looking for a possible day 2 continuation. Day 2 continuation setup. That's what I have to say with Netflix. Mean reversion back to the upside. Come grab these lows. Okay, come grab those lows. Okay, let's get the likes up, guys. Make sure to like the video. Let's get to 150 likes. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. So everyone who did purchase Shockwave, all right, you should have access by now. All right, so if you don't have access yet, just let me know. Send me a DM. Outspy 36%. Had to sit through drawdown. Need to learn to take profit and avoid drawdown. Sitting through the drawdown is not good for the heart. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Thank you for the quick take profit lesson. Yes, so the take profit, guys, it's very important. It's very important. Just think of yourself as a contractor. All right. Sometimes when you start to think yourself in different ways, it helps you compartmentalize and start to sticking to some rules a little better. All right. As a trader, just think of yourself as this. You're contracted. Okay. Your services are contracted. Okay. To find opportunities on the chart where you're looking to allocate risk. All right. You don't get paid by the hour. So you identify an area. Okay. You allocate risk there. It starts to work in your favor. You see some green. If you don't take any money, if you don't take anything off, you're not paying yourself. You're not paying yourself that initial contract fee. Because there's no guarantee it's going to continue to go up. So if you take a little bit off, at least you paid yourself. You secured, okay, your payment for your services. Right. So in the event it doesn't go in your favor, okay, profits were taken off. If you're trying to get home run every single time, you're going to walk away with a lot of trades. A lot of trades you were right in, but it was just volunteer work. Right? You were just volunteering. Okay, in the beginning, the nature of it is you have to volunteer. You have to do a lot of volunteer work. Okay, you give a lot of money to the market. You're learning, you're volunteering, you're an intern. But at some point in time, you got to start paying yourself. Okay, you got to start taking some profits. Yeah, so I would say Webull. Webull is a good one. Look for Lotto while we're still on live, guys. One on SPY, but if nothing shows up, that's all we can really take. All right, we're kind of getting out of that window, that 11:30 window, getting close to 12 o'clock. ATR is 53 cents per 5-minute candle. The swing trade this morning, guys. People on YouTube, take a look at IBIT. Do your due diligence on IBIT. Strikers, I'll let you know what I do with that. So take a look at IBIT, everyone. Take a look at the IBIT chart. Apple is holding that level. Everyone right now on live, if you have access to a chart, okay, there's nothing on SPY to trade unless you're managing a position, a pre-existing position. Take a look at IBIT, okay? Take a look at IBIT and take a look at Bitcoin. Do you see something bullish or do you see something bearish on the chart? Based on your analysis. And based that bullish or bearish thesis based on which one presents a bigger opportunity. Which one presents the bigger reward? Keeping a close eye on Apple here. I want to see Apple hold that territory. I want to see it hold that view up on the 5. I want to see it hold that level. And looking at the 280s. 280s came all the way back. Looking at the 280 calls on Apple. If it can hold 5-minute combo, I'll take Apple. Okay, 5 for 5. 5-minute entry, 5-minute stop. Five-minute entry, 5-minute stop. Apple on the hourly is inside on the hourly. Inside on the 15. So that view up must hold. That view up must hold. If you can't hold, then so be it. If you play view out breakdowns, keep a close eye. Thanks for the feedback. Absolutely. Alexis, thanks for giving me the strike price. It did equal to hourly pay. Contracts 200 plus. It did equal to hourly pay. Contracts 100 plus. Busy day, no real movement. Call 23% SPY. Looking for a rejection at 24. I think it's going to be a strong resistance for the bulls. And this would be a level. I'm waiting for Nvidia's earnings. Good. So Nvidia's earnings coming up next week. I believe next week or the week after. One of the two. We'll check here shortly. Strong support for IBIT. I see it right now. Okay. So pair that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin above 80K. Possible move on IBIT. All right. Thank you, brother. God bless you and your family. I'm heading out for a while, getting my lakefront hot tub cleaned up. Feel this Thursday. Awesome. God bless you too, Fishman. You always show up early. You always speak words of affirmation, positivity. So we do appreciate that energy. And God bless you too. This 724 SPY level might move points beyond the level until it takes out. Yep. So SPY 720. Yep, slightly below 724. So mean reversion. My line of thinking here, guys. Mean reversion is come grab this. Very similar to yesterday. If you missed yesterday's episode, guys, I'll start to get back into the habit of clipping some of those trades for educational purposes, so you can see how it played out. But go back to yesterday's episode on the lottos that we took. That's why it's so important to watch it real time. If you watch it real time, you get the analysis, you get the rationale, you get the entry, you get the exit, you get the management. You get all that stuff. And so make sure to go back to yesterday's episode. Go to like maybe around this time, between I believe 11:30 and 12:30. During that time, we caught SPY lottos. Okay, nice trade on SPY, 90% plus. Okay, some kind of mean reversion. Okay, that's what I'll look for. If it comes up, it's good. If it doesn't come up before 12:30, we'll let it be. If IWM dumps a little today, I'll buy some good money puts. See you tomorrow. Absolutely. I mean, we're at all-time highs. On IW, back-to-back all-time highs. Q's all-time highs. I'm still keeping a close eye on Apple. See if Apple can recapture this 280.07. That'd be great. SPY moving at a snail's pace. It's like watching grass grow. Okay? It's like watching grass grow. So be patient. New 15-minute candle across the board. I watch for that support breakdown on Microsoft. If you trade Microsoft, it'll push the downside. Sleeping giant Nvidia continues to sleep. Okay, Tesla is looking like it wants to mount a recovery. It's back above that daily upside breaker, 394, 394.64. Okay, see if Apple can get a little bit of resurgence here. Okay, Apple, hold above 280.07. Okay, well, I'll be there for your Apple. Okay. The nature of Apple. Okay, nice push on Apple. Okay, I'm going to take Apple calls right there. Apple calls right there. Didn't get the hold, but I'm going to take it. Biggest danger here, of course, is this trend line breakdown. Okay. So I'm in the Apple calls. The 280s, 195, average price 195. We're right at VWAP. So again, I wanted to get above VWAP. If it starts to break below VWAP, no real direction on the 5 yet. So at least hold this trend line. I don't want to see a close below here. So that can be a VWAP breakdown. So that might be on watch. Microsoft starting to slide. So Apple. If I gave it an extra few seconds, right, it could have got that, waited for that close. But once I'm in, I'm in. I mean, once I'm in, I'm in. But get that close, the official close about 280.07. Might have been the ideal safe entry. Okay, let's see how this plays out. So Apple, in the Apple calls, still right at VWAP. Q's pushing higher. SPY trying to push as well. I want that trend line support to hold on Apple. Ideally 279.85, hold, no close below that. So decisive break of this trend line, decisive break below that level. When it's clear, I'll get stopped out. In the meantime, what I want to see is a recapture of 280. Okay, 280 psychological levels right there. Of course, recapture it, get back above it, create a little bit of separation, get above 280.07. That'd be great. So we're at that 280 along with that VWAP. I have about a 10 to 15% stop on Apple. SPY, trying to get into the highs of the day. Nice breakdown on Apple is still inside on the 15, inside on the 5. So if you're waiting for that directional candle, continue to wait. Microsoft trying to break those lows as well. It's midday now, guys. Midday, almost 12 o'clock. So I do like the fact that these Apple contracts are tomorrow's contracts, so it doesn't have that same effective theta. But it just needs to work out here, okay? Down about 3%, 3-4% currently. Qs continue to push. Qs can't stop making all-time highs. Qs cannot stop making all-time highs. Okay, Apple's starting to sell here. Down 5. We're seeing how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive 15-minute candles to the downside. So let's see if this trend line support get a wick back above it. That would be great. If it's just a decisive push lower, continues to push, all right, then we'll get stopped out. So I'll let that cook in the background. Apple. So again, Apple gonna take some time to play out. So we'll let that play out. In the meantime, there's nothing here on SPY. So we just need to declare a victory above 280. Because what you'll notice is VWAP and 280 are basically the same level. VWAP and 280 are basically the same level. Nvidia earnings May 20th. Yep. So about 15 more days. So not this week, next week. Okay, Apple get above 280. Okay, if we can get above 280.07, get above that prior day high, we'll be good to go. Getting close back to break even. Want to see small victories here. Mount a nice little push. I like how that 15-minute candle is starting to go. I want it to stay as a hammer. If it can stay as a hammer, we'll be on good. We'll be on schedule. Send around break even here on Apple. AAPL. So missed it earlier, okay, but our team caught it. That push there. All right, so my entry was here. Okay, Apple, let's start to rock and roll, Apple. If you did take this, manage accordingly. Okay. Stick to protocol. Do what you need to do. We'll keep a close eye on SPY here. A nice breakdown on Microsoft. Look at Microsoft, guys. Microsoft breakdown, trend line support. In the meantime, we'll babysit Apple. Apple, small win for Apple is going to be get above 280. 280.24, get above prior day's highs. That'd be good to go. Again, Shockwave again on Apple. All right, so you have to be really picky, really selective on the things you're doing, guys. All right, you have to use your technical prowess. Nice breakdown on Microsoft. Flip that hour on Apple, that'd be good. Nice bounce. Apple get above 280.24, we'll flip that hourly candle. So the current hourly candle will go green. Up close to 4%. Anyone take Apple? Okay, flip that candle there. Go, go, go. Okay, get a nice little candle over candle. So Shockwave says calls 11:51. Right, I took the calls before that. Based on this signal, just waited for that retest. Okay. Okay, take profits where you need to. All right. See, you get that continued push. Okay, my stop would be no close below here. Okay, no close below. I'll say this territory here, 10 to 15%. Okay, so no close here. On the one, no close below this territory. All right, so I'm not going to use the full unit of risk all the way down there. Okay. I'll use something a little before that. This 15-minute candle, see if we can course correct. It looks like we're coming for that retest. So we want this to be a successful retest. We're doing this. See if we can just go back up off that level. So what I'm looking for here is stop me out, get below here, or scale me out. Stop me out or scale me out. This 15-minute candle still has 5 minutes left. Stay above VWAP, that's a victory. Stay above 280, that's a victory. SPY downward compression watch. If you already took a quick scalp on Apple, you have nothing to worry about. Okay, you already took your money and ran. Good, good, good. If you took the money and ran, good, good, good. I'm gonna stand up here real quick, guys. That breakdown of Microsoft. Microsoft breakdown, gorgeous. I just didn't like the Microsoft contracts. Okay. Have a great day, you too, Michael. Good job on the 36%. Who's done for the day, guys? Who's done for the day? Who's done for the day? I know it seems like it's been a long day. So just babysitting this Apple position here. Make sure to like the video on YouTube, guys. 150 likes to do the giveaway. Make sure to join the community. We'll discuss that here shortly before we wrap up. We'll look to wrap up around 12:15 on YouTube. Okay, this will be our last trade of the day. Okay, first trade SPY stopped out. Last two trades worked in our favor. So if you want to get caught up on the episode so far in May, go back to Friday's episode and go back to yesterday's episode and get caught up to what's transpired. So we came in for that retest. Okay, that's fine. We got that nice little break. So we came back for that retest, and now let's see if that can fuel us back up above 280.33. If we can do that, we're on schedule. Okay, we're on schedule, and then we'll be targeting the daily upside breaker. Okay, that is the trade plan. Okay, but notice we already know what the risk is. Notice we know what the risk is. It's defined. Okay, so it's not just clicking random things. Or we know where the invalidation marker is. I can sit through a little bit of back and forth because it's a little bit of a 1 DTE. SPY continues to reject. SPY is coming to those lows. This is the trade of the day here on Apple. So our team caught that. All right, I didn't catch it. We discussed Apple being a name, a candidate. I didn't catch the trade. So this is my chance. I wait. Okay, I wait. I'll let others take advantage of it who are prepared. Okay, let's see what Apple does here. Starting to pull back slightly as market starts to sell off. Q selling off here on the 5. SPY selling off here on the 5. Right, retesting some of those EMAs. It's just a slugfest, back and forth, back and forth. SPY kicked my butt, but Tesla saved it. Up 3R. Gotta respect stop losses, 100%, Jimmy. Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. Apple, I'll put an alert here on Apple while we venture into Tesla. And some other names. If you have any ticker requests, guys, ticker requests in the chat. Update on Apple. Apple's up about 2%. To provide a small TP opportunity. Tesla's trying to pick up some speed, trying to push back the upside. Tesla did provide a nice little scalp opportunity to the downside. A lot of scalp opportunities throughout the day, guys. A lot of scalp opportunities. I'd be hesitant to short Tesla here. Right, this is an area where you see buyers step in before. All right, so again, you can short it into it, but I'd be hesitant to short at that level, exactly. And Tesla is looking like it's just moving, chopping around here. Okay, tried to get above that daily open, struggled to get above the daily open. So this is Tesla's area. Okay, that's Tesla's area. SPY. The downward compression break still brewing. Okay. So good job. So again, the clean opportunities. There's a few of them, and the rest of it is just scalps, guys. All right, just finding those opportunities, because certain months you get used to that continued push. On other months, you got to just get the feel for it, take the profits regularly, and take it from there. I'm holding Avis Foots 150 for Friday. Not sure if it makes it or not. 150 calls or puts. So Apple. While we're on Apple, let's take a look at Apple. Higher time from intraday chart. Apple. Okay, this is where Apple is. Okay, so Apple, nice push. Pushes all the way to 283.21. Gets into these highs here. This pivot gets above it, falls back below it. So this is the area we need to get back above. All right, on top of some of the stuff we're dealing with now, that's the area we need to get back above. If we can get back above that area, guys, we get into this nice runway territory. So there was no real pullback outside of the one that took place at 10 o'clock on Apple on this push since pre-market at 8 a.m. Since 8 a.m. all the way till 10:30, 2 hours and a half, we only had a 15-minute pullback here. Okay, so now if we do that 50-50 based on the open 9:30, where does that lead us? Right there. Okay, so even if you put that fib retrace right here, right, that 50% retrace point. So you can see how lots of things just line up naturally. So if we can start to reclaim this SPY, downward compression break brewing, pay attention. All right, then that's when it starts to really start to get active. Okay. We can't get some pushback off that 280.50. That's fine. Okay, there we go, Apple. Up 7. There we go. Breakout brewing on SPY. Keep a close eye. Okay. Anyone still on Apple? If you took Apple, tremendous job. Tremendous job on Apple. This will be the double-digit territory. Okay, my NC, I'll give it about a 5% stop. Okay, back in this area, negative 5% stop. If you did take profits already at 7-8%, congratulations. I'm looking to squeeze double digits out of this one. Okay, let this 15-minute play out a little bit. Okay. 100% unicorn and Apple. Anyone else take Apple? Puts, I took 400 puts when the car was 800, made 10,000 back in 150. I think that was 2 weeks ago, right? You were talking about that idea, I think 2 weeks ago. Tremendous job. Palantir does report earnings today, guys, so be careful with Palantir. Yeah, it's been just getting hit hard. All right, maybe a nice little shakeout before earnings. Maybe some selling before earnings. It does report earnings tonight. Does report earnings tonight. If you took Apple already, extracted profits, Apple's in the chat, Apple emojis in the chat. We'll take a look at Avis real quick as well. Let's take a look at Avis here. Okay, 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks ago, massive push lower. Okay, like, I mean, this is you see the imbalance. There's not a lot of volume on this name. Okay, SPY is starting to break out. Anyone playing the SPY breakout? You have room into the highs of the day. That's your room. Okay, that's your target. Downward compression break. If you took that, congratulations. Let's go back to Apple. Apple up 8%. Apple up 8%, 10%. Thank you very much, Apple. Taking a draw right there. Thank you very much, Apple. 10%. First TP. All right, holding runners. Thank you very much, Apple. NC now move to here. The hourly open. Okay, SPY breaking out, Apple breaking out. Oh, it was Palantir last night. Oh, is it tonight? Apple up 11. Who took Apple, guys? Beautiful trades today. Outside of SPY's stop out, I like that stop out. That stop out is, in my opinion, the best trade. Because if we don't get stopped out there, although it did work out, guys, it doesn't open up the opportunity for everything else. Okay, so very, very important to understand that. All right, so TP where you need to on Apple, guys, upwards 11, 12%. I already took it some off at 10. Okay. So the major test coming up is here, guys. All right, so I do anticipate us getting a nice little, some profit taking here, but we just can't let that profit taking send us all the way back lower. It can send us to the 280, 20s, 280, 30s. That's okay, but it can't send us all the way there. If we can do that, that the bulls can refuel and just generate enough power to just break above that 280.50, and we'll be off to the races. Okay, keep in mind we're still inside on the hourly. All right, we have the good entry for that as well. So another Shockwave entry there. SPY also going. Yeah, this will be the last trade of the day. Apple, get above the dead upside breaker. Let's see if it gets above it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Apple up 15. There you go, guys. There you go, guys. All right, so we waited. We waited. I didn't chase. Waited, waited, waited. Let it do its thing. Let other bulls get compensated. Okay. When our time comes, we'll take advantage of it. Up 18. Who took Apple? Right, I said double-digit gain up here. We're up 18, up 20. So guess where my new NC is? My new MC is here. So I can at least walk away with 10. 10 to 12%. So I don't want no close below here. All right. So that would be the last trade of the day. For the sake of time. All right, we're coming in to the end of the show. Okay, that's a great way to end the show on a high note. And today's been it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Okay. First trade stopped out. Last 3 trades worked out. Okay, so let's see if we can continue to push. SPY also breaking out, guys. So SPY downward compression break. My strikers can see it. I have 2 charts available for them. If we close back below here, if we can't use that support, then I'll close out. Okay. I want us to do this. Boom. If we can do that, good to go. If we do this, okay, I'm not going to be there for it. Okay, for the sake of time. If we're above it, above the NC, we'll be good to go. All out, 10%. Second lotto, nice. Beautiful job, real quiet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else? Anyone else? We're just taking our time. We're looking for high probability setups. We're letting it come to us. We're exercising patience. That's what's going to require in May. That is what's required in May to navigate May. 30 more likes will do the giveaway. 30 more likes will do the giveaway. We have until 12:30 to do so. Okay, 12:30 to do so. All right, for those of you who are in our team, guys, on our Discord via WAP, make sure to leave a review on WAP. All right, if you're looking to join, use the code trial30. And of course, Shockwave, guys, is available. So if you have this indicator, this ID will be brought to your table automatically. Apple is starting to go. Okay, let's take a look at our little illustration. Remember what we said. Okay, now stay above here. Okay, stay above there. That's that daily upside breaker, that blue line. SPY going to the highs of the day. Whether you took SPY, the SPY was also available. We marked out that downward compression on SPY. So I'll at least walk away with 15% on those runners. Okay. Starting to see a little shooter on the 5 on Apple. Because there's a lot of buyers possibly looking for that retest here. So if they can jump in, that'd be great. But if we fall below here, I'll be done. Okay. Five minutes starting to go shooter. See if buyers can pick it up. And the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Get above 280.85, we'll be good to go. See if buyers can pick this thing back up. 5 minute selling pressure coming in. So my NC is right here. No close. Close below here. I'm out of those runners. Okay. If we can hold it, that's fine. So risking about anywhere from 5 to 8% of the position for that. Okay. If you took profits already, good, good, good. If you're still in, know where your NC is. Make sure to take some off the table already. Make sure to pay the trader. See profit, take profit. Okay, see profit, take profit is key. Okay. Do we get a bounce off that level? What are we thinking, guys? Do we get a bounce off that level, create a nice little downward compression flag, continue to push, or do we get a complete collapse below it? More than likely, we do have some EMAs there. Let's take a look. All right, let's take a look at some of the EMAs. Again, EMAs will automatically come with Shockwave if you put it on. All right, there we go. So let's see if buyers, a new cohort of buyers can start stepping in here and start pushing this thing back up for a second leg. If it can't do that, great. If it can't, that's fine as well. I'll just exit stage left. So put in the chat, does it bounce here? Or does it break down? Breakout or breakdown? Breakout or breakdown? Plus Apple, 27%. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Peace to you, Fishman, as always. Tesla going lower. So now most buyers, okay, most new buyers, they're saying, hey, you know what? Bull flag, EMA, let me make an entry there. Okay, which is a valid setup. All right. But where's our entry? Our entry is here. So they're looking to buy something that's already up 20% from us who have it. Okay. Okay. Apple up 22. So get that continued push on Apple, get above that 5 minute high. The uptrend continues. Go, go, go. Nice bounce off that first wave. Up 23. There we go. So there's a good scalp entry. You're not going to be up 24%. You maybe be up 3 to 8%. 3 to 8% because of the contracts are tomorrow's contracts. Get a nice break there. SPY is coming into the highs of the day. Coming into it is resistance. All right, if you took that downward compression break into it, you can start to take profits. There goes Apple. There goes Apple. Thank you, Apple. Up 33. Thank you, Apple. Even if you took that entry, good, good, good. There we go, guys. Playing out to a T. We're still holding. Up 34. Thank you very much, Apple. As always, still in runners. There we go, 36. There we go. That's how we do it, team. We mapped this out. TP where you need to. It's up 37%. Okay, TP where you need to. Okay. Apple is up 40%. Apple is up 41%. Okay, 42%. There we go. That's how we do it. I'll close out right there. Okay, all out. Thank you very much, Apple. Even if you took this, okay, you can be up double digits, but we use this in our favor. So last scale out 40+%. First scale out 10%, and all out on Apple. Okay. Who caught that? Who stayed in it with me? Okay, guys, look. If you're going to take anything from today's Apple trade, okay, we were talking about this idea. We multiple times kind of just slipped. All right, I took Nvidia instead. I went. We let the bulls, we let the people who did their due diligence, who stocked the name, take advantage. We didn't chase. We let them capitalize off of it because the market is abundant. We wait, comes back into play. Okay, re-engage. We know where the risk is. Okay. Take partials at 10% and close out at 40+%. And now would be the last trade of the day. That was beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Who caught that last little pop? Okay, so even SPY, there's an opportunity to take it downward compression, take the downward compression on the 5. If you translate that to the 1, this is what it looks like. What are you targeting? These highs up here, guys. All right, so this is going to require, okay, precise technicals to navigate May. All right, precise technicals, precision. Precision is key in the month of May. With that last Apple trade, I'm done for the day. Okay. So even if SPY presents an opportunity, I'm done for the day. So one trade on SPY stopped out. Other trade came on Apple. Another one came on Amazon. Another one came on Nvidia. All double-digit gains. Trade of the day, Apple. All right. Anyone else catch Apple? Let's check the chat real quick. Apple back down. Apple May 20th. Yep, the May 20th. I got the May 6th, tomorrow's contracts. May 20th. You got some time on yours. Oh no, Nvidia. Okay, that's different. Nvidia earnings. I read something else. Looks like Apple unicorn. 1 hour left. Apple 21%. Beautiful, beautiful. And guys, don't discount the power of a runner. Okay, when something's up 40%. Okay, One runner can be upwards of 60, 70 bucks. Okay, don't discount the power runner. Absolutely Fido, as always, one of our OG members. Smart action, Nvidia setting up to the highs. I'll take a look at Nvidia. Hourly candle deciding on green or red. Got it, thanks. Interested in fib levels on that downward move. If we retrace the golden zone, yep, 40. Thanks, George, 100%. Good job on catching that last pop. Okay, SPY is starting to go as well. We just decided to go with Apple. Okay. Downward compression. So what our team sees, guys, what you see on YouTube, you see a ton of things. But what our members, our strikers see, they see more, okay, is what they see. Okay, folks on YouTube, they see this. So we're saying downward compression, watch out for that. Into what? The highs of the day. In the meantime, I'm on a side quest on Apple. All right, so folks on YouTube, you see this. This is for our members. I do some of the technicals here. They have automatic Shockwave on here for you to see. And depending on the position I'm in there. Okay. Okay, so if you want access to that, make sure to join. I'm going to take a quick coffee refill, guys, for a quick minute, and we're going to look to wrap up the stream at 12:40. If you have any questions, put your questions in the chat. I'll get to all the questions. Green on the week, see profit, take profit. You guys know the motto, guys. See profit, take profit. It's not a new adage. We've been saying that from the very beginning. We even have merch, the mugs. All right, let me see where that is. Okay, I haven't been promoting it too much. Let's go, before I get some, I've been yawning all day. So, and that's the cool thing. Sometimes you can be tired, you still can be trading. All right, if you know what you're looking for. All right, sometimes there's this thing going on where people want you to have the perfect mindset to come to trading, which is true to an extent. I'm not saying you have to come into trading with a broken mindset, but how often is your mindset or is your slate clean? How often are you operating on all cylinders? 5 days a week, not all the time. So you have to be able to even make it work and be professional when you're not all the way there. And that's going to be predicated on the kind of system you have. That's why system is so important. Regardless of how you're coming in, you just, okay, you submit to the system. Here we go. Here's the mug. All right, here's the mug. All right. So grab your mugs. All right, this is the SAT Power Up mug. One side says, see profit, take profit. The other side says, don't be wrong for too long. This is just a quick reminder. All right, quick reminder. All right. So see profit, take profit will be the motto. This month, if you're playing mean reversion, you're going to see a break back below those highs. First of all, we know where your risk is. Green on the week. Good job, guys. Good job, Monty. Anyone else, guys? Nvidia. Yes. You guys have been asking for Nvidia. Nvidia. I mean, I wanted to long Nvidia the past 3-4 days, but the puts are there, right? Again, we can care less which way this thing goes. Nvidia, Shockwave hour closed. Shockwave is closed for business. Nvidia continues to push higher. Possible cup and handle, possibly brewing on Nvidia, right? Rounded base. These kind of these patterns, right? They take some time. Multiple things that take place for you to take the entry. That's what I possibly see. Nvidia still red on the day, right? Maybe Nvidia makes a last minute run to the daily open. That's a win for Nvidia. Okay, did get back above this level. Okay, that shut the opening range low. See if we can at least gravitate back towards those highs. If it can hold above this, okay, might have a little bit of room into here, and next one into here. All right, so take it piece by piece, the same way we did on Apple. All right, so see if Nvidia can continue to push higher as it makes this round the bottom. Once it gets up there, that's the official resistance up here, and then now you'll look for the handle. That's your cup. Where's your handle? There's multiple ways of doing it. Okay, you can go, hey, you know what? Where's my handle? Give me a nice little rough estimate of that handle in that area, and see price action combination in that area. So if that cup and handle does come into play, if we do one of these maneuvers, all right, reject. That'll be the handle in this area. Okay. Sometimes a handle has a long channel, short channel. Handles come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. Okay. That's my thoughts on Nvidia. So when Nvidia sets up for the longs, we'll be there for it. Okay. We'll be there for it, but we've just been, the puts have been available on Nvidia, so we're going to keep slamming the puts. I think that's 3 or 4 days in a row. Nvidia has been presenting some great opportunities. All right. The sleeping giant sleeps, we hit the puts. Sleeping giant wakes up. Okay, calls are available. Shockwave with the calls. All right, that's my thoughts on Nvidia there, Jen. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take a quick coffee refill. I'll be back. We'll take some chart requests. Any other questions? We'll go over how to join the community, how to get your hands on Shockwave here. If you tuned in from the very beginning, we broke down exactly what you're trying to look for here for a mean reversion. Okay, if you were here earlier, I broke down the mean reversion. Here you go. So I want you to put yourself in position to start taking these trades. Okay, start to build some setups and build your confidence on your own. All right, because this is the setup. Okay, well, what we're saying, okay, not just now because it's happening, is let it go above it. Once it does, it's going to get a nice little subtle pop, and you want to get that drop. Now look at that. That means the algos are here. When we see this, that means the algos are here. Okay? And the cool thing is, don't be discouraged. We have some frameworks, we have some systems to put ourselves in position to capitalize when the algos start to show up. Via the ebook in the Discord, guys. Make sure to go review that this weekend. Review it if you have some downtime. You have access to it. All the members, you have access to the ebook. All right, so a lot of those principles are going to come into play in May. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break here. Let's take a listen to CNBC. Quick coffee refill. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and then we'll look to wrap up the show at 12:45. In the meantime, we're at 150 likes, guys. We'll do the giveaway. We'll talk about how to get your hands on Shockwave, join the community. 20 spots are available for this month for enrollment. Once those 20 spots fill up, the discount code no longer applies. There will be no more spots available. You have to wait until the next month being June. All right, so make sure to take advantage of the offer and jump in. Okay, so let me pull up CNBC. I know I don't have the merch store on the site. I'll get that up on the site again. So if you do want that mug, I can give you the link. And again, guys, the mug is not a money grab. Okay, it's just basically the cost of the mug itself. It's just something that's really cool. Really cool, friendly reminder.
Stock is down 7%. All right. What about Coinbase cutting 14% of staff? They're talking about that today. They sent an email to employees, posted on.
That's big, guys. Coinbase cutting 14% of staff. That's huge. All right. We know what that is. Okay. We know what that's due to. Okay. Starts with an A, ends with an I. Okay. All right. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Give me 1 second and we'll go over everything. When we do come back, if you're green, stay clean. I don't see a lot of done for the days today. So if you're done for the day, guys, hit the chat with the done for the day. Some of the gamma levels here. Thank you for sharing. Call wall 725. Spot price 724. So 725 would be critical. Okay, we'll be right back here. Let's take a listen.
At these levels, given where their earnings growth is, they say constrained.
Yeah, I think you've got two headwinds there. Obviously, oil prices for the consumer, kind of where they're going to spend their money, and then interest rates also at the 10-year. So you've got a little bit of a slowdown in demand.
How about Target? Reiterated outperform. I do a double take on that. 140 bucks is the target at Oppenheimer. As they suggest, Steph, green shoots are emerging in the turnaround efforts.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why the stock is up 30%. And I just checked Walmart, another great year for Walmart, but it's up 17%. I can't remember the last time Target outperformed Walmart on a performance basis in the market, but this started with their analyst day back in March, where they did start to talk about traffic was starting to get better. Maybe they'll start to see positive same-store sales. Margins actually can expand, and they can do something like $8 in earnings power. It really is just execution under this new CEO. It has surprised me for sure, but it's trading at 16 times forward estimates and yields 3.5%, so it's still pretty attractive.
Yeah, to your point, if you back those two things up,
yeah,
there's no comparison, right? That's why Walmart was like at $1 trillion in market cap. I don't know if it still is, but it did hit that level relative to where
that has been the winner for sure.
Is.
But you know me, I like a turnaround story. It sometimes takes long, but it's happening.
All right,
Still a trillion, by the way.
Is it okay? What about Devon? Upgraded to a strong buy today. The target goes to 72 at Ray J. You bought it in the latest rebound.
Yeah, you have this merger that's happening with Coterra. The merger was approved. I believe they're going to be reporting earnings either tonight or tomorrow. Check me on that. We heard from Diamondback earlier today. They're increasing production. And I think universally, you're going to see a lot of these shale oil output producers that are going to be increasing production. What does that mean? That means that the return in terms of capital allocation is probably going to be a little bit less. Diamondback talked about that tonight, so watch for that theme.
All right, we'll go to Contessa Brewer, who has the CNBC News update for us today. Hi there.
Hi there, Scott. Senate Republicans have now proposed directing as much as $1 billion to the Secret Service for security adjustments and upgrades, including for President Trump's planned ballroom. The lawmakers tucked that funding into a $72 billion spending package to fund ICE and U.S. Border Patrol. It was unveiled late last night. The proposal states the funding cannot be used for non-security elements of the ballroom project. James Murdoch, the media investor and son of Rupert Murdoch, is in advanced talks to buy Vox Media's New York Magazine and podcast division. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. That deal would be through Murdoch's Lupa Systems investment company, which has stakes in the owner of the Tribeca Film Festival and the parent company of Art Basel. And Meta will start using AI to scan users' photos and videos for visual clues to figure out whether kids younger than 13 are using its platforms. Meta says it's not facial recognition, but rather it's looking at general indicators like height and bone structure to determine users' ages. Scott, you should see my floor director out here and the skeptical look he's giving me over that story.
All right, Contessa, thank you. That's Contessa Brewer. Coming up, Josh's best stocks in the market list. We get his take on eBay, too. Remember, that's been on the list. Now it's on GameStop's list. Is it? We'll see.
Should we tell him? So bad.
Do not listen to that.
Okay, back. All right, so SPY, okay, they grab those highs, starting to push back the downside. Look at Apple, guys. Anyone still holding Apple? Anyone diamond handing Apple? Riding those waves. So if it's up 40% here, more than likely it's up 60, 70% there. 50 to 70%, give or take. All right, so Apple played out to a T. Good. Okay, so let's go over some ways to join the community. A couple of you did ask, does Discord come with access to educational content? Yes, the Discord does come access with the educational content. It does come access with our course. That's all available at smartactiontrade.com. Okay, smartactiontrade.com. Go to the community tab. Okay, it's one tier but 3 payment options. One tier, 3 payment option. Monthly. Okay, there's 20 spots available. Use the code trial30. $69 a month. Okay, $69 a month. Absolute steal. Quarterly. You guys asked for quarterly. Quarterly is now here. $197. You save 5%. And then you have the yearly. Yearly $689. Okay, of course you get 4 free months. 4 free months. Best bang for your buck. And of course you get a bonus coaching call and a boot camp included as well. All right, so boot camp, that's going to be coming up this month. I just have to find opening, 3 to 4 hour opening during one of these Saturdays, and I'll give you guys a heads up ahead of time. But that is coming up soon, so you'll have access to that at no charge. All right, so again, $69 a month, $197 a quarter, $689 a year. Absolute steal. That's the way to join the community. 20 spots, first 20 spots. Once that's filled up, the only thing available is the quarterly and the yearly. Okay, quarterly and the yearly is available, and this is basically our trial offer. Okay, that's the trial offer. Once you click get monthly, use the code trial30. Okay, trial30. Okay, once you hit trial30, boom, that's your trial. That's the price you pay first month. Okay, you like it, you stick with it, the content resonates. All right, you continue your membership, and that's your stop loss. $48 your stop loss for, I would argue, the best trade you'll make in your career. As far as indicators go, Shockwave 15, it was scheduled to end on April 30th. We did extend it. Okay, so we did extend it for this week. So make sure to take advantage of that as well. Make sure to take advantage. There is a code on Shockwave as well. The code you want to use if you're interested in the indicator that gave us the Apple trade, that gave us the Amazon trade, that gave us all those trades. Okay, make sure to go to Shockwave, the Shockwave Pro section of our site. Go right there, click the button, and once you get there, use the code now. Use the code now. Okay, so last minute early bird extension, and you get 15% off. You get about $70 off. After this week, Shockwave will be at full price, $828. Okay, that's also a steal. Okay, so those are the ways to join the community. Courses. Of course, you can take our course, our day trading, Get Started Day Trading course. That's available for you to take. A 5-hour course is what's included. Go to the site. All this information is available for you. And the boot camp, there's no sign up yet. There's no sign up yet because once it does sign up, it's going to fill up fast. So again, I'll let you guys know when the sign up is available. We're not taking a lot of people. So maybe maximum 20, 25 people. All right, we like to work in that small group and small groups because we can address a lot of the questions every individual person has, rather than having 50, 60, 70 people there, because there's going to be questions. There's going to be times for you to ask questions, times for you to ask, to say, hey, you know what, can you show this? Can you reveal this? Can you talk about this particular setup, how you look for it, how do you approach it? Okay, so the teaching is going to be very similar to the teaching we do on live, but more of a deep dive. Okay, the difference is we're not live trading. All right, so when we're doing our show every day, we're doing the teaching, we're doing the Q&A, and on top of that, we're doing the live trading. The scalping bootcamp, the one that's coming up, there's nothing like this out there, guys. We're not live trading, so we can focus on the material itself and dedicate time to go over all the setups and dedicate time to make sure you understand the setups that I'm going to reveal in this live mastering SPY scalping bootcamp. All right, that's coming up, but this one is available for you. Again, the hack is, instead of getting this, join the community with the trial, take the course in a month, and you basically save 50%. If you take the course on its own, $99. If you join the community, it comes with your bundle. Okay, you can see all the things it comes with. Okay, so again, use the code pinned in the chat. Use the code, scan the code, go to smartactiontrade.com, grab your copy of the indicator. Once you do have it, lifetime access. So if you took this trade here, okay, via Shockwave, whatever you do with the opportunity is up to you. All I ask is define the risk and manage the trade as it goes. Okay, so here you go. This worked out beautifully. Okay, so very, very important that you do get your hands on the best tools and resources, and we do have that available. Is there a promo code on the yearly? There's no promo code on the yearly. The yearly, you already get 4 months off. Okay, so the yearly, technically, the yearly should be at that steal of a price. The yearly technically should be 69 times 12. Okay, should be 828 plus coaching call plus boot camp. So the yearly is over $1,000. Even that is an absolute steal. All right, so you're getting it for $689 because you have a one-on-one coaching call when you need it, boot camp ticket, and you get 4 free months. All right, I did run the promo for the yearly last month for our strikers. Okay, so a lot of you who did join the promo, guys. Again, you have a bonus coaching call. Let's book that call if you need to book it. All right, so that's what the yearly is. Yearly, you save 4 months. Quarterly, 5%. Monthly, there's limited spots. Okay, 20 spots available every month. If that fills up, you're still interested, either go with the quarterly, either go with the yearly. All right. The yearly does not include Shockwave. Shockwave it's a standalone product. Shockwave is a standalone product. The prices for Shockwave will be coming out next month. Okay, not next week. The ones who made the purchase, you guys have lifetime access. I'm considering offering monthly access to it, a separate product. A lot of you did ask, so I'll be considering that. But we'll see. All right, but I do want that yearly, that lifetime access price. That's not coming back. Okay, the lifetime access price, that's not going to come back. That's at least going to go double. Okay, because you have the tool for the rest for the remainder of your time on TradingView and trading, you have this with you. All right, over time you'll get better at trading it. You're not going to be an expert right off the bat. All right, but it's going to bring those opportunities to you. Okay, it's going to clear out the noise, give you the levels, and now it's going to say, hey, you know what? This is an opportunity you can take. There's momentum in this area. Market context is good. Here's a trade assist here. You can take the calls there. You line those things up. When it goes, it goes. In the times it doesn't go, you manage risk. In the times it doesn't go, you manage risk, because in the event it does go, this type of stuff, right, eliminates the 1R. The 2R eliminates the 1R. The 3R eliminates the 1R. Okay, so very, very important to understand that. So you can see riding those waves. So for my diamond hand traders, guys, if you're a diamond hand trader, right, if you like to hold those positions, we do have a handful of them. All right, they know how to milk a position and extract 400, 600, upwards of 800%. These waves are going to be very critical. Shock wave plus the wave, right, implying the wave, including the waves. Okay, once it goes, it turns into a complete tsunami. Okay. All right, so that's what we got for you guys. All the tools and resources we got for you guys on top of the live stream. So the live stream is complete free. So all I ask is 150 likes, subscribe, share, show up every day. Hopefully you're learning, you're putting a lot of the things into practice, whether it's in a simulation, whether it's in real time. Right, you're constantly improving. That's the main thing, right? So week to week, I want you to get better as a trader. Month to month, I want you to get better as a trader, not overnight. All right, incremental improvements small incremental improvements for a long period of time. Okay, lead to exponential change. You don't want exponential improvement overnight. All right, you guys know the quote. What was the quote I was looking for? Yeah, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success, something along those lines. Live stream is delayed by 30 seconds. Yes, it's delayed. If you want the delay-free stream, that's also available. Delay-free, ad-free stream, that's available in the Discord as well. On top of that, the pre-market prep stream. SNDK for Lottos. So SNDK, one thing with SNDK is the contracts have to do with the spreads. And SNDK, the contracts are very expensive. So if you do your ticker due diligence on SNDK, and if those two things, you're okay with those two things, and you do see a regular setup you'd like to take, you can take it. But look at SNDK. Shockwave. SNDK. Personally, I have not ever taking a trade on SNDK. All right. But here, if you do trade SNDK, calls above 1340, gives you the exact time, 9:58 a.m. Eastern. It says a scale out there, TP there. And this is a monster move, guys. This is a $26 move, $50 move. Okay. So SNDK did get triggered on Shockwave, and it played out to a T. All right. So if you have not traded SNDK before, right, assess the contracts, assess the spreads. All right. I would say if you are going to take a stab at SNDK, go very, 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 very small. And see how it moves. Once you're familiar with the movement, then you can do whatever you need to do. Okay, that's my take on SNDK. Any other questions? Got that last Apple leg. Beautiful job, Jason. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job. Okay, if no questions, guys, we'll look to wrap it up here. As always, thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully you found value. If you're just jumping in, if you're a first-time viewer, make sure to catch us tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Make sure to like the video on your way out. Today, we're falling just shy of 150 likes. Just shy of 150 likes. So tomorrow, I'm confident we can hit that goal. I'm confident we can hit that goal. And the fastest way for us to hit that goal is to get 100 out the gate. Okay. Strikers, how we doing, guys? Strikers, how we doing? Let's do the end of stream poll. We'll highlight some of our members as well, guys, because without you guys, there's no community. Without our members, without our strikers, without the people supporting us on YouTube, there is no community. All right, there is no community. So I do appreciate you guys sharing your ideas, showing up every day, okay, and dedicating your most precious resource, which is your time. Okay, which is your time, taking the time to learn it. So hopefully you guys are learning and making strides towards your ultimate goal. And if you're getting stopped out constantly, if it was a rough day for you today, again, just get good at that risk management. Of course, that's always going to be there. And look for things to improve. Don't be too down on yourself. And if you're done, be done for the day. If you're done, be done for the day. Here's our poll. We're going to highlight some members, and we'll look to wrap it up here. Okay, we'll look to wrap it up here. Okay. Up 2 USD. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's highlight the members. Highlight our team. From the very beginning of the day, you can just see people just constantly sharing, constantly posting charts. Right out the gate, okay, everyone keeping a close eye on Apple before it even played out. Apple flying. All right, Tesla 20% out the gate. Okay, 37% there. Walmart, stop loss, 5%. Good stop, 25% IW, 16% IWM, 30% IWM. So that's the one. Apple, see, look at that. Giving us that heads up. Giving everyone a heads up. SPX 30%, SPY 28%. That's shenanigans candle. Good stop out 20%. I like that stop. 30% Apple, 137% SPY. I didn't even see that, Ken. So wow, 137% on SPY. Beautiful job, Ken. QQQ. Okay, futures trading as well. QQQ, 20% IW. Beautiful job, 64% IW. I'm gonna have to catch IW one of these days. Okay, 75% Apple. So you see one of our members. Okay, stayed on top of it. We discussed Apple in the pre-market prep. Okay, brought it to everyone's attention. Takes the trade. Okay, and that's when we said Apple. You can see 6% in the account. Not on the trade, guys. 6% in the account. 120% Apple. 45% Apple. This was earlier. Most of our traders, they trade hour, 2 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Okay. And that's pretty much been the day. Okay. Can the Discord members participate in the giveaway? Yes. Giveaway is eligible for everybody. to eliminate getting stopped out. Yes, those key levels you shared. For a complete beginner to trading, what do you recommend to join? The community is a great place to start. All right. Community is a great place to start. Okay. If you're a beginner, I'd say focus on your education. All right. We do have a course in the community. If you want the course on its own, all right, you can take the course on its own. But best bang for your buck is to be in the community. Surround yourself with other traders. Watch the live streams. Attend the pre-market prep. See how we come up with these setups. Everything is laid out for you guys. So everything is laid out. So there's not some secret. We just show up and just click buttons. So we dedicate 20 to 25 minutes. That's all it takes. All right. If I was just to do the pre-market prep on my own, it will take 15 minutes. Less than 15 minutes, 10 minutes. But since we have to walk through as a team, it takes us about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, okay, to go over all the pre-market prep. To go over what the game plan is going to look like. Set up the scenarios. What we want to do, how we want to react when SPY does this. What are some individual names on our radar? We cover all that in 20 minutes. It does not take an hour. All right. If we were to do a pre-market prep stream, the stream would just be 20 minutes. Okay, so I argue that is the most important part of the stream, that pre-market prep. All right, so I would say the best way to get involved is use the code and join the community. That's it. Where it's very beginner friendly. All right, any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Any other questions? Green for the week, see profit, take profit, absolutely. Again, guys, if you're green, stay clean. If you're still in the trenches, all right, just understand the kind of conditions we're in. Okay, the kind of trading we're seeing, the kind of activity we're seeing. So don't force trades, don't over trade. If you're red today, you stuck to your rules. The probability just didn't play in your favor. Don't get discouraged. Don't let that be a reason for you to continue to take more trades. All right, just walk away, red, come back the next day, and look to take advantage of the best setups. Very, very important that we do that. All right. So everyone on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like the video on your way out. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Stay safe, and God bless each one of you.